online at thezone1059.com and on your radio at ESPN 105.9 The Zone.
Hey, what's up? How y'all are? Welcome into the show here today on this Thursday, live in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. I'm Matt. Bill is here making the show go, thank goodness.
Yeah, I had to remember which button to push today because I've been pushing all kinds of different buttons.
Mm-hmm. The last few days, lots of different buttons. Well, we're back to normal as much as this is the new normal, Bill.
Is that what they call it?
I guess so. So welcome in here, y'all. Get on in with us here on this Thursday show. Lots of ways for you to be a part of it. Most importantly, you are here and listening, and so comment on the live stream. Say what's up over there. Drop a comment. I'll see it if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook or wherever you're watching. Drop a comment. I'll see it pop up, and then I can see what's on your mind. And text me today on the Country Pleasing text line, 885-ESPN, 601 number, 885-ESPN. Call me on the Davini phone. Here's the number to call. I'd love to hear your voice, 995-1059. It's a 601 number, 995-1059. Now, look, we got Egg Bowl news. I don't know if y'all saw that. If it's already been discussed or not, I have no idea. I just know we're getting started, so we're going to talk about it here. I do have Egg Bowl stuff to discuss with you. I need opinions, okay? Need your opinions on it. But Terry, right out of the gate over here on Facebook, said, I'm sitting here eating lunch watching softball. Terry, I just did the same exact thing. Well, and I still have it on. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I still have it on. In the studio on my big TV here on the back wall where I normally have the logos up and stuff. Today I've got the softball game on. Just like I said yesterday, I was not joking. I wasn't saying it just for effect, okay? As I do this every year, as I start watching the SEC softball tournament, I sort of get into it. And then I find myself thinking, why didn't I watch more softball during the year? Because this is fun. You know, we found out yesterday, Bill, that you like softball. And let's see, with a win yesterday, State upset Ole Miss in the first round of the SEC tournament, so they moved on. They're playing the number 1 seed Florida Gators, and right now, the hottest team in the SEC over the last 2 to 3 weeks has been State, and they're keeping it up. They have an early 2-0 lead. I've been watching it, and they pitched out of a jam in all 3 of the first at-bats, first, second, third innings for Florida. They got runners on base, pitched out of the jam. They're up 2-0. State's right now batting in the top of the 4th and have 2 on with 1 out.
I don't think I'd want to bat against one of those pitchers.
I mean, this kid right here just got hit by a pitch. Are you watching it at all, Bill? Do you have it on?
No, I don't have it on. Either.
Okay, well, this kid for State just got hit by a pitch.
Uh-huh.
And, yeah, I'm like you. That's going to leave seam marks, okay?
Well, you remember when Jenny Finch was pitching, right?
Yeah, I do.
And she struck out the major league batters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, well, and it's like there's, you know, these major league hitters, they're seeing the same kind of velocity, but from farther away. And because you have an overhand throw in baseball, there's this natural sink towards the end of the run from the pitcher's hand to the plate, right? And that's one of the ways that everybody's, you know, starting to get more strikeouts and swings and misses is they're upping the spin rate, and that the higher they can get the spin rate, the more the ball stays up. It has less sink at the end, so guys are swinging and missing. Well, in softball, it's underhanded, and so the angle is different, and the rise and fall of the ball is so much different. And so, yeah, I mean, especially those guys who are used to hitting 95-mile-an-hour fastballs with sink, they step in there, and this is just like it's apples and oranges, to them. State's really threatening right now. They got something working. Team's playing well. More on that.
As the day progresses.
Yes, as the day progresses.
What inning are they in right now?
Okay, it's top of the 4th.
Oh, okay.
And see, they only play 7 innings.
Yeah.
Softball is 7-inning games. That's another thing about softball. Okay, when you start watching it, Bill, you said this yesterday. It goes faster than baseball does.
Yeah, it's really fast.
I mean, it's like if you turn your head away, you've missed something. You know, if you're like me and you're sort of in a baseball mindset and you know how to time your eyes, meaning you see a pitch and then you look away and do something and then turn your eyes back for the next pitch. You sort of get in sync with the game. All right, so they got a productive out right there with 2 on in the top of the 4th. It moved runners over to 2nd and 3rd, but there's 2 outs. Okay, so State looking for a 2-out hit, put runs on the board. When they scored back in the top of the 2nd inning, this is what they got. Was they had runners 2nd and 3rd, and they got a 2-out base hit down the left field line. So maybe they can do it again. More on softball. I'll keep giving you updates. I'm impressed with them, man. It's fun to watch. It really is. Yeah, and on the softball thing, you can look it up. Jenny Finch, back in the day, was pitching to Albert Pujols.
And struck him out.
Struck him out. Nick pointed that out here on the Country Pleasing text line. Said,
you know, she's married to a major league pitcher also.
Is she?
Yeah. So they got pitching in their family.
That's right. Yeah, Nick pointed out it was Pujols and he couldn't touch it. He was swinging on time, but he was like a foot under the ball. Yeah. He's expecting it to come down. It's still going up. It's just a whole different training of your eyes and muscles, I think, in order to do that in softball.
Did you ever play softball?
Just slow pitch stuff, you know.
Yeah, I played in junior high school because we didn't have a baseball team till high school.
Uh-huh.
When I was in California, and I played. It was fast pitch softball. It was so much fun.
Yeah,
I was a catcher.
Oh, so you wait a minute. Yeah. You played fast pitch softball in junior
high school. Yeah, in California.
Really?
Because you didn't play baseball till you got up to the high school.
Okay. Okay. I wonder why that was. Just
I don't know.
Protecting kids or whatever.
I guess so. Yeah.
Why couldn't we have alternate versions of these sports? I'm being serious. Why couldn't we have girls baseball and boys fast pitch softball? I mean, I'm just like at whatever level. Why not? I don't know. I guess we got enough, huh? Anyway, I'm enjoying watching it, especially when like you're pulling for a team, like I'm pulling for State, and they're winning. You know, it gets fun. I remember a couple of years ago when Ole Miss's softball team made that great postseason run, you know, and a lot of their fans really got into it. And you can understand it. It's like when your team starts winning, all of a sudden you get interested and you start to understand that it's fun to watch. Yeah, so it is. Jam2432, he texted us and he said, women's softball is great. Love watching it. I don't know. It's something about the SEC tournament to me. Same thing for baseball. I don't know why that is. It's the fact that it's the conference tournament. They're all in the same venue. They're rolling the games on and off your television, just one after the other, multiple games in a day. I really like that, you know, this tournament format. So maybe that's part of it also.
Get to Oklahoma City when they get there, that's when it's really good.
For the World Series?
For the World Series.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Jonathan said over here on Facebook that the SEC baseball tournament is sold out. Really, Jonathan? Dad and I were successful getting our tickets yesterday. But I think it took him a little bit. He went in there and got them as I was busy right at the time it was supposed to open up at 10 a.m. And it took him a little bit to get them, but he got some tickets. I wonder, though, Jonathan, were you left out in the cold? How did you find out that it's sold out? Did you try to get tickets and they didn't have any? Hopefully you got some. If you want to strike up, I got a little off the record, you know, maybe some info on kind of what the tournament is going to be like this year in Hoover. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be, you know, not 100% normal, but it's going to be pretty close to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And we can talk about what that's going to be like. Of course, we've got a little time, 10 days from now on that deal. Roshana commented on Facebook. She said, got my softball going. Let's go, ladies. Yeah, people are watching softball. That's what we do. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, 2-0 State going to the bottom of the 4th. And like I said, all right, in the 3 previous innings, Florida comes up there and all 3 innings got runners on base. And all 3 innings, State's pitcher, Willis, she had to pitch out of a jam. Now, she's got 5 strikeouts. Okay, but in that first inning, they had 2 runners on with 1 out. She got back-to-back strikeouts to get out of it. The next inning, they had runners on, and I think she got a strikeout to get the second out of the inning. Comes back, gets 2 more strikeouts in the last inning with runners on base. So she's had to pitch out of a couple of jams and has managed to preserve the lead so far. So that's a look at the way that's going. And as Bill says, more updates to follow. Stay tuned. All right. If you tuned into the live stream, you would have seen the headline. I mentioned this a minute ago. The Egg Bowl is reportedly this fall going to be on Thanksgiving night, Thursday night, November the 25th. It was first reported and mentioned and talked about by the folks at 247 Sports and genespage.com. I saw it confirmed by people like Joel Coleman. He just confirmed it. Had an article out there. Joel covers state for Sports Illustrated team site, and said, yeah, they're expecting maybe as early as today a press release from the school, and we'll get a final word on the kickoff time and that kind of stuff if there's any other information. But that's what they're saying. It came out there today, and they said Egg Bowl Thursday night. Now, in my experience in the past of talking to fans, being a part of it, going to the games on Thursday night, going to the ones on Saturdays, the differences here and there, but also hearing your feedback over the years, it's been my experience that for you as fans, it's a very polarizing thing. You're either definitely for it or you're definitely against it. It can split things down the middle. People have different feelings on it. But I'm curious, upon hearing that today, knowing that it's going to be in Starkville, and it may vary too whether you're a State or an Ole Miss fan, because even though it was a weird year, a COVID year, and look, Ole Miss got to host the Egg Bowl, but it was almost like hosting a scrimmage. I mean, the game happened, it took place, Ole Miss won it, it counts, but there were so few people there. It was just so odd. Okay, anybody who was at that Egg Bowl, you just remember how just odd and dead the whole thing was because they couldn't have anybody in there. So it's like they hosted it, but they didn't really get to host the Egg Bowl, what we think about. So it's going to be in Starkville this year. Presumably, I think, truthfully, there will be lots of fans there, back to normal pretty much. And by November, and it'll be a Thursday night deal. You talk about the national audience, that kind of thing. First time for Mike Leach to have a home Egg Bowl. And a lot of the build-up will depend on what kind of seasons those two teams are having. They're both expected to be pretty good this year. All that said, in the past, a lot of your feedback, your texts, your calls, messages about it, many people feel like that it is difficult to get to a Thursday night game in terms of attending. Certainly in terms of tailgating, that kind of thing, that it's difficult. And I understand it. It's different for me because I just go work the game and go back home. But I understand that. The other part of it is, not only the difficulty of a Thursday night, not everybody is off, throughout the week. Schedules and stuff vary, but people make travel plans on Thanksgiving to go to and from family. And that's really the biggest sticking point is I think people who are against the Thursday night Egg Bowl is they say, well, Thursday, I want to be with my family, wherever they are. Whether the get-together is at my house or grandma's house or over the river and through the woods or at, Uncle Bill's house or wherever. Wherever that family gathering is, that's where I want to be on that day. I don't want to be in the car driving to Starkville, setting up for a tailgate or anything, like that. The other side of it is some people go, well, I like it on Thursday night because even though it is Thanksgiving night, my family gathering always happens on the weekend anyway. Even though Thanksgiving's Thursday, we get together on Saturday. Or some folks say by having it on Thursday, you get to kind of enjoy the rest of the weekend, watch the other games sitting at home without having to travel on Saturday. Things like that. And I guess for some too, there is an exposure angle for the game itself. And I could make that argument too. I could make the argument that, yeah, it does kind of seem like it's not like it used to be. Getting that Thursday night slot on ESPN is not what it used to be. Certainly not 25 years ago. But it's still, there's an element of you capture an audience that you might not capture otherwise. But it's a matter of what you're up against because now you have Thursday night football in the NFL. So I looked it up. I haven't even touched on this. Yesterday we had the week 1 opening week games for the NFL. Big news, the Cowboys are going to play Brady and the Buccaneers down in Tampa to open the season. Saints are going to host the Packers that first weekend. Well, then today we get the whole schedule, the entire season for the NFL. And we have plenty of time to take a look at who's what and who's where for the Saints and for the Cowboys and that kind of thing. But I just thought, okay, well, if you're going to put the Egg Bowl this year on Thanksgiving, who is it going to be up against in the NFL world? Well, it's actually directly this year up against the Saints. That's who it's competing against that night. Now, we say competing, and it is competing for eyeballs. There are a lot of fans, a lot of football fans who would prefer to watch both. And it's going to be hard to watch both if they're on the TV at the same time. But for the majority of the country, right, fair to say the NFL game's always going to draw a bigger audience, isn't it? I mean, it always is. But there are a lot of just fans out there who they're going to watch the college game. But on Thursday, November 25th, Thanksgiving Day, the Lions will host the Bears in the early game, 11:30 Central. The Cowboys on Thanksgiving will host the Raiders, 3:30 Central. And then that night, a 7:20 kickoff, the Saints hosting the Buffalo Bills. And on Thanksgiving night, it's going to be tremendous and could be a great atmosphere, too, in the Dome. We'll see who the players are. But if they're kicking, what I want to know is if they're kicking off the Saints game at 7:20, do you possibly kick off the Egg Bowl at 6 or 6:30 on Thanksgiving night? And does that help you, at least for the early part of the game, to get a much bigger TV audience and to get that exposure, which, it might make sense to do this deal and have the game on Thursday night? Because you will single out an audience for your college game to a degree. Versus, frankly, yes, in today's landscape, with as much television as there is, if you put it on Saturday, it does sort of get lost in the shuffle, among all the other rivalry games around the country. So I think there's some truth to that. So what do you think about it? Text me, let me know. Josh said, what you talking about, Willis? Thanks for sending that. I don't really know, Josh, what that's in regards to, but I appreciate you sending it. Grumpy texted us on the Country Pleasing text line. He said, Matt, Grumpy was so disappointed yesterday when he could not get the cookies and pedophores for the homecoming queen and Mary Liddy. Next time you're in the capital city, Grumpy, we'll catch up. I always enjoy the program. Hey, listen, really do appreciate it so much, Grumpy. Yeah, I hate we missed each other just barely, but by a day. But I'm really glad that Bill was able to be the beneficiary of the goodies that you brought by. I appreciate that. Yum.
There was a large gingerbread man in the box for you.
Oh, wow.
I guess it was probably for the child.
That's great. Well, I wish I'd got my hands on it. Grumpy, thank you for the gift. He also said, Matt, lady softball pitching is amazing. He's got the game on right now. Yeah, good ball game. Headed to the top of the fifth. State will come up to bat. 2-0 lead right now. And so if you're talking about 3 at-bats left for the number 1 seed in this tournament, they're down 2-0 to State right now. Florida with 9 outs to work with. And they got to do it quickly. Bulldog 44 texted the show, and he said, my experience with people has been the ones going to the game prefer it on Saturday, and those that watch at home like it on Thursday. I think you're exactly right, Bulldog 44. That's a great way to divide it up. Thibodeau on the Davini Equipment phone line on line 1. What do you think, Thibodeau? Hey, Thibodeau, I can't hear you.
Hey, you there?
Okay, now I got you. You hear me?
Yeah, got you good.
All
so I got an opinion on your Thanksgiving Egg Bowl. Being 41 years old and a State fan for 20 to 25 years of that, I've been to quite a few Thanksgiving Egg Bowls. Obviously, several of them in Starkville. I went to one in Oxford, and I used to really like the idea of it. It was kind of fun to go eat Thanksgiving lunch and then cut that visit short to have that exciting drive and that fun time up in Starkville. But recently I've gotten to where I would rather stay at home and watch it if it's on Thanksgiving rather than go to it. But you mentioned that exposure thing, and I don't think it's near what it used to be, but I do have a cool story about it. Back in 2000 or 2001, one of those 2 years, I was in a fraternity, and we were doing Rush, and all these guys were coming in, and we were meeting them and everything. And a kid came in from Illinois. He was a freshman, and he was majoring in communication. And we asked him, well, what brought you to Mississippi State? Are you legacy to it? Do you have family members? He said, nope. I watched an Egg Bowl on Thursday night and said, that looks like a fun place to go. So he looked it up, found out they had a good communication school, and told his parents he wanted to go there.
Wow. How about that? So, the power of the exposure.
He thought that the crowd on Egg Bowl night in Starkville looked so fun that he wanted to be a part of that student section.
How about that? That's a great story. Appreciate you passing that along, Thibodeau. Hey, real quick before you hang up, do you,
Yeah,
15? Oh, he did. He already left. Okay.
I had to.
Oh, okay. I got you. All right. So he gone. He gone.
I'm sorry. I thought you were finished.
No, it's fine. No problem at all. We got 3 more hours to go. He can call me back. It's not a big deal. Sometimes he calls us back anyway. So I'm just going to ask him his opinion if he prefers it one way or the other. But we got plenty of time for that. A lot of you commenting on the live stream about it. I'll get to those and your text messages on the subject. Thursday night Thanksgiving Egg Bowl. We got one in 2021. What do you think? Y'all stick around. We'll be right back.
Now's the time to...
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For double enjoyment, reach for Beech Nut Peppermint Gum. It sparkles your smile, your breath, your whole sense of enjoyment. Beech Nut Peppermint in the familiar yellow pack.
Jeans do come true. Blue Delta Jeans makes the best fitting, most comfortable jeans in the world. Let's dive in and see what we have here. Do what I did. Visit BlueDeltaJeans.com. Find your fit. Just for my listeners, enter discount code Matt Wyatt. Just answer the questions. BlueDeltaJeans.com. Answer the questions. Use this code. Use the code. You're going to get a discount. They are the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn.
Farm Bureau Insurance stands ready to provide financial relief to our communities in this time of crisis. This includes a one-time credit to all personal auto policyholders, a donation of $500,000 to the Mississippi Food Network, and additional payment options for those hit the hardest, all while continuing to service customer claims as well. But this is the time to go above and beyond. These are a few ways we're keeping the Farm Bureau promise. To learn more, talk to your agent or visit us online. Go with the home team.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you a little bit about C Spire. New stuff in 2021, including 5G coverage. If you go to their website right now, cspire.com, you're going to see their no bull, which, by the way, I love the Super Bowl ad with the slow motion bull. You're going to see that on the website. But look, they're right. There's been a lot of bull over the years in your wireless bill, depending on if, who you were with. And my experience with C Spire is just like they say, there's no bull. I know what it's going to cost me each month. I know what my coverage is the number one coverage in Mississippi, period, the number one network. And they've got 5G phones that are 5G ready. Now, I have the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, got it at C Spire, went and did curbside at my local C Spire location and did the exchange where I traded in my old one, got the new one, and it's 5G capable. And we've got 5G coverage in parts of Mississippi, and it's just growing by the day. So you really ought to check that out, okay? And in terms of the new phones, you got deals going on those as well. Find those out at cspire.com. C Spire, customer inspired.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Every farmer understands their farm can't thrive without some good partners like sun, soil, and rain. And farmers in North Mississippi also rely on another important partner, Mississippi Land Bank, because land and farm financing are Mississippi Land Bank's primary focus. We've grown alongside these farmers' crops for more than 100 years. We understand what a farmer needs, and we know the lay of the land in North Mississippi, and that's where I stand.
A lot of people in the equipment world, things kind of go in trends, I guess, if you want to say it. So kind of the first big thing that we look at when we start evaluating our business is going to be our turf equipment. That's kind of the first big push, because once everything, the water dries up and the grass starts growing, this is what everybody's looking to get. We carry the new Wright stand-up mower. Doesn't look like much, but this thing is, and it costs just as much as zero turn. Not a cheap unit at all. I mean, if you go out there and look at that zero turn, this thing right here, I mean, it's got all your components from your big pumps to your commercial engine to your large steel deck. And these guys were the first ones to make the standard mower.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy Bird's Eye.
Yes, always look for this Bird's Eye Bird, your guarantee of top quality frozen food. And your big Bird's Eye buy this week is Bird's Eye Orange Juice. Easy, you can serve it in a minute. Thrifty, it will save you money. Orchard fresh and delicious.
And worldwide. Online. At thezone1059.com.
We're back. Back with you in the studio. The Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Reason I know I'm back, I didn't get to hit send on my text. I was composing a text message to my dad. I was going to tell him, I may be crazy, but this SEC softball tournament in Tuscaloosa looks like it might be something that would be fun to go to. All right. Florida's trying to get something going. State has a 2-0 lead. State is the number 9 seed in the SEC tournament. This is softball. Florida's a 1 seed, but State's up 2-0 right now in the bottom of the 5th. 1 out. And kid for Florida just took a HBP right off the elbow, so they got a runner on first base now. The pitcher for Mississippi State is right-hander Annie Willis, and she's been lights out so far today now. I'm going to tell you, she has been lights out. 4 1/3, no runs on just 2 hits. I'm trying to look and see if that was the first. No, she's hit 2. That was the second one she's hit. Well, and my TV must be a little bit behind because the box score tells me now that Florida has 2 runs on. So they've got the tying run at first base with 1 out. But like I told you, it's the 3rd time in 5 at-bats they've done that. And the previous 2, Willis was able to pitch out of it. Pitch her way out of it. Get right on out of it. All right. So, as promised, let's see what you're saying about it over here on the live stream and on the Country Pleasing text line. You got, as we mentioned, an announcement. Well, that's reported, and then that we're going to get an announcement of a Thursday night Egg Bowl again this year. It'll be Thursday night, Thanksgiving night. Bob on Facebook said, it's all driven by television revenue. ESPN wants it on Thursday. Then it's on Thursday. If they wanted it on Monday at 4 a.m., it'd be on Monday at 4 a.m. I think you're probably right. It is television driven. It is. I've kind of flip-flopped on it in the past. I've had times I look at it and go, I like Saturday better just because of the attendance. You ought to consider the people who are buying the tickets and showing up, consider them first, and then consider everybody else second. But the fact is, it will have a big crowd, a sold-out-ish crowd at either place, even on Thursday. And if the team is good or teams are good coming into it, ticket sales and attendance is not going to really be an issue, even on Thanksgiving night. That's just the way it is. And then, the other thing is, it is for TV, but like I said earlier, I don't think it's a negative to be in that slot. It's not what it was 30 years ago. No. But still, you're the only college game on Thanksgiving night on ESPN. You will get somewhat of a national audience, even though, a big portion of the potential audience is going to be watching the Saints on that Thursday night hosting Buffalo. Because, the NFL is king and there's more of those. But people have the option to flip back and forth. And frankly, the schools wouldn't capture that big of an audience. Certainly if you're playing an 11 a.m. game on Saturday of Thanksgiving weekend, But even on Saturday, if you played it at night, there's going to be other games on other channels. You're all kind of dividing that audience up. So I just think from an overall viewership, it probably benefits, the eyeballs that see your teams and logos and players and brands and stadiums and fans and all that kind of stuff. So is it TV driven though, Bob? Yeah. I mean, it definitely is. Now, Sven, who lives over in Germany, he commented on the live stream, and he says, I don't like it at all. Thanksgiving is NFL primetime that will cost a lot of viewers. See, Sven, I mean, look, you're up against an NFL game on Thanksgiving night. NFL is going to do the big number, but the college game will be the only college game on in primetime on Thanksgiving night of any significance at all, whereas you say it'll cost you viewers. I mean, you'll miss out on the viewers that'll watch the NFL game, but I'm not so sure it actually costs you more than it would being in a Saturday time slot where you've got 13 other games on 13 other channels carrying 13 other college football games on that Saturday, if that makes any sense. So, I mean, the audience is going to be fragmented, no way around it, regardless. So I just think that's, I mean, I sort of agree with your point. Yes, it is going to cost you viewers. I just don't know that in terms of costing you viewers, you're still going to cost you viewers if you're up against these other rivalry games all over the country in college football on a Saturday. It's just one way to look at it. Look at here. Here we go. Davini Equipment phone line. Hanging on line one. Mr. Chicken Hawk himself. What's up, Hawk?
Hashtag Hell State, happy Thursday, and good gosh almighty. You finna have to, look, I know Kevin done retired. I'm still getting my checks, so I hadn't met the new man yet. I'm finna have to talk to that new man that's taking over for Kevin about getting my own doggone red phone over there like the president got. Man, you know I'm a busy man. I have to work for ESPN, ESPN 105.9 to Zoom, and Jackson and Pitt. I have to work for them and work for these folks over here hauling this chicken feed. But here's the deal. Me and Lou Bell, praise the Lord, we rolled the dice up there at the Eastern Michigan game up there for the Bull, for the Diamond Dog.
Yeah.
We went ahead and booked, a Thursday and a Friday night. And because we had heard, through the vine that was might be going to most likely go to Saturday. So so thankful that it's on Thursday. But I really don't care. But the thing about it is we ain't going to lose no money no way. You may lose some viewers. You ain't going to lose no money. But here's the deal way I have to do. You got to work a day before and a day after to get that holiday pay. But so the way I do it is I work that Wednesday. I work up to about lunch on Thursday, and I head off up yonder to the ultimate tailgate. If your crackerhead tail don't stop by there, I'm finna quit calling, and that's going to hurt you because your viewership going to go down. Your listenership going to go down. And then I have to burn a vacation day on that Friday. But if I had my ruthers, I preface this with a but. But if I had and that's the biggest word in the dictionary, if I had my ruthers, I'd rather really do it on Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, and see, my thing, Chicken Hawk, is you really can make a case for either day. Just if you want to be glass half full or glass half empty. I mean, you can complain about either one, or you can find good things about either one. I'm like you. I mean, typically you're in a routine throughout the year of games are on Saturday, and you can get if your family gets together on Thursday, which I'll give you for instance, like my family in Alabama, the Wyatts, they gather on Thanksgiving Day on that Thursday. Well, I haven't been to it in 10, 12 years. Because
see, we do it the week before. We do it the Saturday before Thanksgiving. We get all both families together at one place the Saturday before. Because we love Mississippi State. They know me and Lou Bell is going to be ringing that doggone cowbell no matter what's going on.
Right. Well,
but you ain't been in 12 years.
Well, I'm saying to that particular family gathering, I said 10 or 12. If I were to look it up, I would have bet you, am I crazy, that over the last 10 years, the majority of the Egg Bowls have been on Thursdays? I mean...
Well, that's true, too.
So it really is...
Before you cut me off, look, tell little HQ when we finally get to meet. Well, I wanted some of that ice cream. Boy, that girl was tearing that
How'd
ice
you like
cream
that?
up. Bless her heart. She was, yeah, I like that. That girl would eat ice cream like chicken. But here about the baseball. Lou Bell called yesterday. She called yesterday. All right, we got food. We were going to buy tickets, but it was 50% capacity, and you had to buy the whole week worth of tickets.
That's right.
So we didn't really want to go nowhere but Saturday. So if anybody's listening, call ESPN 105.9 on Jonathan McMillan's Davini phone line and get in and tell Bobtail, Professor, or Brooksy, or Cowboy Bill if you want to give up them Saturday tickets. Chicken Hawk and Lou Bell will be glad to take them off your hands.
All right.
Now I got to go feed these chickens because you show are hot-winded.
Here
So
you go.
I got to go get these chickens fed at
So
once.
that's a pot calling the kettle black. Call somebody else long-winded. Good to hear from you, Chicken Hawk. Call me anytime on the Davini Equipment phone line.
I got to ring that bell.
Hey, you gonged him. He got gonged. Well, look, lo and behold, look sitting in front of me right here in the Bureau, better known as the Farm Bureau Studio. You didn't plug it in. You held it up, didn't you? Okay, yo, let me just describe. We're about to go to a commercial break. The homecoming queen is here. She can't even hear the applause that she's getting or is now getting. Here's the thing, though. She's wearing a headset that I used yesterday on remote, and it's not plugged in. So she has put the headset on. Bill, picture this.
I got the picture coming, yeah.
She's sitting here with the headset on because I told her it was in my backpack. She went and got it and put it on, but doesn't know where to plug it in. So we can't talk to her until we go to commercial break. I'll walk around there and plug the headset in where it goes. Now, there ain't but two plugs over there. She's looking all over the place and has no idea where the plugs are. I need to do a better job of making that
You
available.
might want
to
to
her.
label that thing.
Yeah, or color-coded or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All that is a big dramatic tease that we'll get to talk to the homecoming queen coming up next here and get her opinion of the Egg Bowl being scheduled for Thursday, Thanksgiving night, November the 25th this coming fall. All that and more coming up. And oh, by the way, those Florida Gators just hit a 3-run home run, took a 3-2 lead over Mississippi State. We're headed to the 6th at the SEC tournament. Y'all stick around.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Arrived today. Jeans do come true. Thank you, Blue Delta. Yeah, jeans do come true. That's what the bag says. Blue Delta Jeans makes the best fitting, most comfortable jeans in the world because they are uniquely made for you and only you. Raw denim jeans, custom fit, hand tailored in Tupelo, Mississippi, my hometown. Let's dive in and see what we have here. Do what I did. Visit BlueDeltaJeans.com. Find your fit, design a jean, and before you know it, you'll be addicted. Just for my listeners, enter discount code Matt Wyatt, all lowercase. Again, that's if you listen to me, you can use discount code Matt Wyatt, all lowercase, and at checkout, you're going to get a 10% discount off your order. So I just went online, ordered them, BlueDeltaJeans.com. A couple weeks ago, went in. I didn't go get measured. I just entered, what I knew about myself. I just answered the questions, and here they are at my doorstep a couple weeks later. Nice. Yeah, Blue Delta. Nice. I'm happy. I've known the Blue Delta team for years, and I'm thrilled to have these guys on as a sponsor of this show. Blue Delta's Virtual Tailor is a fun and easy way to get yourself into the best fitting pair of jeans you're ever going to own. Bet you never thought you'd get a butt shot out of me, huh? How about that? Just answer the questions and they fit absolutely perfectly. They couldn't fit better. So just go online, BlueDeltaJeans.com, answer the questions. It's amazing how they do it. They will fit perfectly. You're not going to find better material and better feeling pants, period, anywhere. BlueDeltaJeans.com. use this code. Use the code. You're going to get a discount. They are the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. I promise you that. And I know that you are going to love them too. Make sure you use the code. And remember, jeans do come true.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Let me tell you about an ice cream can't be beat.
The very best tasting you can eat.
It's Meadow, 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 Meadow Smooth Freeze Meadow Gold. Go to your ice cream man today, and here's the word that you should say. Oh, give me Meadow, Meadow, Meadow Smooth Freeze Meadow Gold. And remember, folks, Meadow Gold
is mighty good.
For double enjoyment, reach for Beech Nut Peppermint Gum. It sparkles your smile, your breath, your whole sense of enjoyment. Beech Nut Peppermint in the familiar yellow pack.
6 o'clock, dinner time. Thank goodness for Jell-O Instant Pudding.
Yes, thank goodness for Jell-O Instant Pudding. The terrific busy day dessert you can make at the very last minute. See how quick and easy. Just add it to cold milk and beat it up. That's all. By the time you're ready to eat it, it's all ready for you. Jell-O Instant Pudding, made by the famous Jell-O folks. So creamy, so nourishing, so delicious. No other instant pudding is quite the same. Stock your shelves with all 7 flavors. The good busy day dessert. Jell-O Instant Pudding.
Mississippi State radio analyst. And he's on your radio
right now.
You got the Matt Wyatt Show on 105.9 The Zone and online at thezone1059.com.
All right. Back with you here in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Update from the SEC softball tournament in Tuscaloosa. Bottom of the 5th, Florida hit a 3-run home run. Took the lead 3-2 over 9-seed Mississippi State. But here in the top of the 6th, Carter Spexarth led the inning off with a single up the middle. So the tying run is at first base for State with no outs in the inning. She's the one who had the big hit, the big home run in yesterday's ball game in their win over Ole Miss over there in the tournament. And she said that they gave them bulletin board material after Ole Miss beat them in the regular season.
Give it to us, we were going to take it.
First postseason win, and it's a win over your in-state rival. How does that feel for this team?
It is absolutely incredible. I mean, you can look back at what it was like when we played them in Oxford this year, and I know we just took that. We put up their tweets that they sent us, and we put them in the locker room. So we were just inspired to come out here and really just give it our best effort, and I think that's what we did.
And tomorrow you guys are going to move on to face Florida. Thoughts on that game coming up tomorrow?
Absolutely the same idea. We are not the same team that hosted Florida in April or March or whenever it was. So same plan, just to go out and be the best team that we are now because we're hot.
All right, well, congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
All right, so after State got the leadoff single there, next batter grounded into a double play. So the threat for now has been erased. Welcome to the studio, HQ. Yeah, what Chicken Hawk was talking, he saw on Facebook the post, the memory of Mary Liddy eating that ice cream.
Oh, yeah, she loves ice cream.
She was about 4 years old. And, yeah, she loves ice cream.
What did he say?
Well, he just said he liked seeing the way she ate it because she was little then.
Yeah,
she
it was
had
all
over
over her. She was eating it and wearing it.
And then he said, that's the way Chicken Hawk eats ice cream.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
He likes it. He enjoys it.
Yeah. So, Annie, before we get to the Egg Bowl thing, real quick.
Yeah.
Homecoming Queen on your radio right now. Y'all text me on the Country Please and text line. Nick and Eric and Real Unnamed and Anthony, I'm coming to your text in just a bit. Feel free to comment on the live stream also. You brought me snacks.
I brought you snacks.
And in the basket of snacks is chocolate-covered pretzels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Healthy. That's healthy.
No, it's not.
Well,
Lorna
yes, it
Doone,
is.
my favorite cookies, Lorna Doone cookies. But if you notice, the box you brought me last week sitting over there is unopened.
Oh, you didn't eat it?
I'm saying no to things like this. They make me plump.
There are only like 8 cookies in the whole box, Matt. Like, just eat it. Trail mix.
More. Okay. Trail mix. Yeah, with the peanuts and the M&Ms.
Those are good. That's all got healthy things. Chocolate and pretzels. That's good.
I'm not complaining. I love all this stuff. It's just it's loaded with calories. Now this right here is something I cannot say no to.
I know.
You keep bringing these to me. These Ghirardelli chocolate
I don't know
squares.
if that's how you really. I don't think it's Ghirardelli.
Ghirardelli.
I'm sure it's pronounced a little bit more
chocolate
eloquently than Ghirardelli.
White chocolate caramel squares.
Yeah, those are good.
And then what is this? Once daily multivitamin for men.
Yeah, you need a vitamin. You've been getting tired lately. You need some energy.
What kind of message are you trying to send here?
You told me you might need a vitamin, so I went and bought you a vitamin.
Did I say that?
We discussed it.
I don't remember.
You were tired last week, and I was like, you probably need a vitamin. You're like, yeah, I probably need a vitamin. So I got you a vitamin.
Okay. All I know is in just a little bit,
I'll
those
have
little
to
chocolate squares are going to go really good with this High Point Roasters coffee I'm drinking in the studio today.
But the thing is, you won't take the vitamin unless I put it in your mouth. Because for everybody listening, Matt has a problem remembering anything that has to be done daily.
Yeah, I just forget that stuff.
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, things come up.
I'm going to get you a pill box. You know those boxes where it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you just put them in a little box, and then you can just eat them every day.
Well, you
can put them right here in the studio before your show. Just eat them.
You said that to me the other day. I was driving down to Jackson. I remember where I was. I was in Euport, crossing over that creek with that funny name on Highway 82. When you said to me, "I'm going to get you one of those pill boxes for Monday, Tuesday,"
yeah,
and
a lot of people
all I
use
could
those.
think about.
Everybody uses
it. Just hit me like a ton of bricks. Not only were you right, I agree. Yeah, in order to take these things daily, that's what I need. But that makes me officially
what?
Old.
No, it just makes you. It just
old people.
No, it just makes you. Well,
old people have a pill box.
No, you just are forgetful. That's all. I didn't say you were old. You just can't remember.
No, you didn't say it. I said it because I felt it.
Plenty of people use those boxes. They're not for old people.
Oh, yeah.
Plenty of people use those boxes.
All I know is like my dad got himself a pill box Monday through Sunday when he got old.
Really?
My grandparents had them.
Well, I'll get you one that looks really cool. Maybe
now, here I go.
Maybe Mississippi State can put their logo on it.
I mean, it just makes you an old State fan. You know, that's just.
Maybe the Alumni Association can stick something on there.
There's no way around this. When you get to the point where you got a pill box.
Matt, you've needed a pill box for like 20 years. So let's just put it out there. It's not like you remember any better today than you did when I met you.
That's true.
So it's fine.
Hey, Bill, do you have a pill box to remind you to take pills?
No, I don't.
Well,
see, he doesn't even have one yet.
I'm much older than you two.
Bill can remember when to take his.
I guess so.
And it's not like you have a ton of pills. I'm just trying to get you to take a vitamin.
Yeah. All right. Hey, the Egg Bowl.
Yeah, what is, I mean.
It's coming out. It's being reported today that they are this year scheduling the Egg Bowl again on Thanksgiving night.
I'm not trying to down this breaking news, but this is not breaking. Like, this is every year.
Okay, it's not breaking. It's just that you get a confirmation. And what happens,
well, it's every year. I mean.
Well, fans of both teams, they have their preferences. Some people really hate finding out the games on Thanksgiving night.
But it's always on Thanksgiving. It was only on Saturday, maybe, once or twice since I've met you?
It's pretty rare.
I mean, it's always on Thanksgiving. We're used to it because we always do Thanksgiving lunch and then you leave.
Yeah. Well, what do you prefer? If
I
you
would
had
prefer
it
not be on Thanksgiving.
Okay. For the family get-together reason.
Well, yeah, we never get to see anybody.
Mm-hmm.
We don't see your family. We don't see mine.
Well.
We can't travel.
Let me give you an example.
We did have turkey, if you'll remember. One time in the Grove, we set up a big spread and did, turkey and dressing and everything.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was fun. That was a lot of trouble, though.
Chicken Hawk said that his family plans their Thanksgiving get-together the weekend before, just for them, basically.
Well, don't you usually have a football game the weekend before?
We do.
So that's out.
Mm-hmm. Most years you have one.
Yeah. That's out. Football season.
Should my families plan the entire Thanksgiving get together around me
No.
and have it on a Saturday?
No.
Well, see, so there we go.
Thanksgiving is Thanksgiving.
I'm just out. That's just all it is to it. I'm out. If you know,
you should feel fine by now with
used
that.
to it.
Yeah.
I do kind of miss getting to go to the Wyatt one
Yeah.
at Thanksgiving.
We've only been to that one maybe once, and since Mary Liddy's been born.
It was right after she was born.
I mean, really, because we
And
had a
she's 9
Saturday.
years old.
We had a Saturday game, I think.
So
Right?
that's about 8 years ago.
Yeah, we just
Yeah, really. That was about 8 years ago. And it's the last Thanksgiving Day Wyatt
Well,
get-together I got to go to.
You know,
because we passed baby Mary Liddy around the room and everybody held the baby.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I don't. But I do know that it's just a tradition to have the Egg Bowl on Thanksgiving. So it is what it is. I love the Egg Bowl.
Yeah.
I'm sorry it's on Thanksgiving. But, yeah.
I just wanted to get an official take. Your official take is you.
I don't love it on Thanksgiving because you have to work the game. It might be different if you weren't working it and you could get together with family and watch it, or everybody go to the game. But that's not an option for you.
No, not an option. That's okay though. You know, I'm not complaining. Nobody, and they don't care. It's not they care about me.
Well, I'm
You know, I
sure
think
it's TV, right?
It is. It's TV related, and the bigger question is, you know, does it put some undue strain on a majority of your fan base by having it on Thursday? And I just don't
some
think
people
so.
are off, so it probably helps them to get there.
Yeah, a lot of people are. That's right.
You're
A lot
off Thursday and Friday. A lot of people working are off, so maybe
And
maybe
look,
it helps.
Like I said, there are people who will look you straight in the eye and go, I like it on Thursday for that very reason. We're off already during the week. And they'll either say, well, my family doesn't get together until Saturday. It's no big deal. Go to the game, you know, attend it on Thursday. And then some people go, well, by doing that, then the rest of the weekend, the rest of the long weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I just sit back and watch football. you know. So, you know, to each his own. To each his own. It is what it is. But you're right. We're pretty much used to it being on Thanksgiving, aren't we?
Yes.
Here's the other thing I wanted to ask you. You came in here and told me that at Walgreens you can buy an over-the-counter COVID test.
In a box. I mean, is this? I asked the lady. I said, "Am I just behind? I just didn't know this was available." She says, "No, we just put this out a day or two ago, and it was a COVID test in a box." How about that?
You know, I don't think I've ever been tested for COVID.
I have been. No, you weren't tested. I got tested. No, I think you were.
I wasn't tested.
You didn't get tested?
I've got the vaccine, but I never did get tested ever at any point to see if I had it. And I didn't do
I thought Mary Liddy had it, remember? And I got her tested,
right.
and I did it too so that she would not be nervous.
All right. And we're all good there. We're all clear.
Yeah, that was months ago. That was a long time ago.
As we head off into hour number 2, I got a bad update, State fans. Florida is blowing the doors off this game now. They hit a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 5th. They've just hit another 3-run home run bottom of the 6th. It's 6-2.
The softball game? What is it? Best
tournament. No, it's single elimination.
Oh, no.
So State's going to have 1 at-bat left, 3 outs to work with.
They can do it. Stay positive.
Okay, glass half full. Y'all stick around.
Farm Bureau Insurance stands ready to provide financial relief to our communities in this time of crisis. This includes a one-time credit to all personal auto policyholders, a donation of $500,000 to the Mississippi Food Network, and additional payment options for those hit the hardest, all while continuing to service customer claims as well. But this is the time to go above and beyond. These are a few ways we're keeping the Farm Bureau promise. To learn more, talk to your agent or visit us online. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
We are about to have a fire and cook some sausage. A country pleasing sausage is outstanding. Whether you cook it over a fire or in the house, cook some of this right here. It's green onion flavor, you see that? But this right here is my favorite. the maple flavor. And this is great for breakfast. It's awesome cooking it in the house because it makes the whole house smell good. Oh yeah. Let's eat Country Pleasing sausage, the best, hands down. If you go to countrypleasing.com, you can actually order this and deliver it to your house. Country Pleasing sausage, hands down, the best. Trust me. Davini Equipment, Spring Ridge Road in Jackson, Highway 51 in Madison. Hey y'all, let me tell you a little bit about C Spire. New stuff in 2021, including 5G coverage. If you go to their website right now, cspire.com, you're going to see their no bull, which, by the way, I love the Super Bowl ad with the slow motion bull. You're going to see that on the website. But look, they're right. There's been a lot of bull over the years in your wireless bill, depending on if, who you were with. And my experience with C Spire is just like they say, there's no bull. I know what it's going to cost me each month. I know what my coverage is the number one coverage in Mississippi, period, the number one network. And they've got 5G phones that are 5G ready. Now, I have the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, got it at C Spire, went and did curbside at my local C Spire location and did the exchange where I traded in my old one, got the new one, and it's 5G capable. And we've got 5G coverage in parts of Mississippi, and it's just growing by the day. So you really ought to check that out, okay? And in terms of the new phones, you got deals going on those as well. Find those out at cspire.com. C Spire, customer inspired.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Jeans do come true. Blue Delta Jeans makes the best fitting, most comfortable jeans in the world because they are uniquely made for you and only you. Let's dive in and see what we have here. Do what I did. Visit BlueDeltaJeans.com. Find your fit, design a jean, and before you know it, you'll be addicted. Just for my listeners, enter discount code Matt Wyatt, all lowercase, BlueDeltaJeans.com. I just entered, what I knew about myself. I just answered the questions, and here they are. Nice. Yeah, Blue Delta. Just answered the questions, and they fit absolutely perfectly. They couldn't fit better. So just go online, BlueDeltaJeans.com, answer the questions, use this code. Use the code, you're going to get a discount. They are the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn, and I know that you are going to love them too.
SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Get full details on the example policies at selectquote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
Jackson.
Hi, John.
It's time to get back to the Matt Wyatt Show.
Live in the studio.
Online at thezone1059.com and on your radio at ESPN 105.9 The Zone.
All right, here we go. Back with you, rolling along here. Hour number 2 is underway. I'm Matt. HQ is here. She's in the bureau with me. Farm Bureau Insurance Studio. Farm Bureau, go with the home team. Bill is here making it happen. And most importantly, you are here. Appreciate you tuning in, however, and wherever. Thanks for
That would
listening.
be HQ in the HQ.
HQ, that's it.
In the HQ. I
That's
like
right.
it.
Homecoming
Like it,
Queen in the
Bill.
headquarters. And there's your ball game.
HQ in that.
There's your ball game. State, 3 quick outs in the top of the 7th, and Florida will win this. Move on. They're the number 1 seed in the SEC tournament. State's win streak overall will come to an end, and they'll be bounced out of the SEC softball tournament. 6-2 the final. State with 2 early runs. That was in the 2nd inning on 4 hits. Got nothing going since, and then Florida with not back to back, but a 3-run home run in the 5th, a 3-run home run in the 6th, and they win it.
Is this
with
the
9
final
hits.
game or?
No, this was the quarterfinals.
So you
now-
only do 7 innings for softball?
Yes, that's right.
Huh.
And so now
I didn't know
Florida,
that.
the number 1 team in the whole thing, they'll move on to the semifinals. They just put a graphic on the screen. It's their 14th time all time to move into the semis. So they move on, and now I don't get to text Scott Strickland any softball smack talk. I had let Scott know that since it would be a first for me, that if State were to win today, I was sort of obligated to text him some smack talk.
Yeah, of course.
And
Okay,
I don't get that chance.
Totally off the subject. You can look at your memories on Facebook and Time Hop and all that. Okay, so 4 years ago today, I went to the zoo with Mary Liddy's class from church, and we rode a camel. I had on a dress, and she's like, Mommy, let's ride the camel. We were in Memphis. And I said, I don't know. And she's like, well, everybody else is doing it. Let's go. And all these moms are getting up there riding a camel. And I thought, you're going to have to cowboy up here, Annabeth. Camel up and get up there. Okay. So then I started thinking, I love a camel. I think they're really cute. And then I looked this up. Did you know there's a team that's the mascot's a camel?
Wait a minute. What do you
There's
mean, a
a-
college team?
Well, yeah, it looks like it.
No, I had no idea.
It says Connecticut College.
Really?
The camels, the fighting camels.
You're kidding me.
I just thought that was cute. It just made me,
Connecticut
I just
College.
wondered if anybody, I like the camel. It's not very fierce, but it's dependable.
Yeah.
I
Well,
thought it
this
might be a
is.
school in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are some.
Campbell.
This is
Camels.
the point where I would normally start to tell you about the camel that was a very well known part of the siege of Vicksburg.
What?
And is buried in the Vicksburg
I've already
Military
heard you.
Park.
You've already said all this to me before.
But you have encouraged me to talk less about the Civil War on my show,
Well,
and so I'm going to do
It's
that.
a sports show. People that listen to this show know that you have a huge love for history.
Mm-hmm.
You just do. This is not a history show.
This is not. Are you saying I need to stay in my lane?
I appreciate your knowledge,
Yeah.
but I don't know if everybody does.
Okay. All right, I'll stay in my lane.
Wait, Campbell University? Wait.
All right.
Connecticut College.
Okay, Connecticut College
Yeah, I
of
think
Fighting
they're.
Camels.
I think so. It says it's a Baptist university in North Carolina.
Yeah.
There's your
There's your weird
trivia
nugget for the day.
Weird trivia.
Who knew?
I don't know.
But you rode a camel on this day in history. Was that the same day that the
This day in
monkey? They
history.
had that little monkey that climbed up on your head there.
No.
That was a different day.
That was the Buffalo Park here in Tupelo, and they have those little pet. I don't know what are those little monkeys called?
Capuchins.
I think so. And they're really cute, and they come out and they
It's
let
not
the
a capuchin.
kids.
It's something else. It's
I don't know. I mean,
What are
his
they
little
called?
hands were so. They looked so human, like,
Uh-huh.
and he had on a diaper. I mean, I'm sorry to bring this up, but they had a diaper on him, and all the little kids are petting the monkey, and the people there are like, yeah, this is so and so, and the next thing I know, that monkey has climbed on top of my head.
on your head. I saw the pictures.
And
I would love to have been there.
You know, that's really out of my comfort zone. I wanted to Germex my hair. I was freaking out.
Well, I agree with you on that now. I don't want anything to do with monkeys.
Well,
Nothing.
I think they're cute.
I don't. There's nothing cute about them.
I think they're cute.
They kind of give me the heebie-jeebies. I hope they stay wherever they are.
Well,
and it's like when that monkey got loose from the Buffalo Park here in Tupelo. Remember that?
That's when I first moved here.
Spider monkey?
I first moved here, and I had to do a report.
On the news?
Yes, I called my parents. I'm like, well,
they were like,
there's a monkey loose in Tupelo.
They're like, they're asking people to volunteer to help go look for the monkey. I'm like, not
Oliver.
me.
His name was Oliver.
I don't want anything to do with Oliver.
I think it was really good publicity for the place. Everybody wanted to go when he was found and see Oliver.
Yeah. Braun on Facebook says, I want to know about the camel. I mean, it's just a big 2-hump camel. You sit between the 2 humps, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. They had a
saddle.
They had a big deck. You know, you had to step up to this big deck. In Memphis, everybody rides those camels. And so Mary Liddy just had to do it. That was out of my comfort zone too.
Mm-hmm.
But we did it. I mean, they walk the camel around. They don't you don't just take off on the camel.
You know, the camel's favorite day of the week, right?
Yes, man.
Hump day!
I'm sorry I didn't tell it yesterday.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Bill.
Look, as promised, I am coming to your text messages. I promise I'm going to do it on the Country Pleasing text line, Country Pleasing Sausage on grocery store shelves throughout the Southeast. I'm coming to it. But first, Jay in Baltimore on line 1 of the Davini Equipment phone line. Are you in Stark Vegas yet, Jay?
Matt, I'm not. We're going to be heading up, my daughter and I, just shortly heading towards Starkville. Looking forward to it. If it's anything, and I hear it's obviously the greatest place on earth, but if it's anything like that park in South Carolina, I'm certainly looking forward to it because got to give it to them. That's a great place.
It is.
But,
And hey,
really,
it looks great on I've never been there, but South Carolina's park is one that people rave about it like you who've been there. But even on television, it looks great.
It is. It was impressive. You know, I started my week down in Charleston, and we saw him play the Citadel, which was great. But that Friday night game with McLeod, he looked great. It was awesome. But that park is awesome. So I only got one real question for you today.
Okay.
Is where do we eat? We're going to be looking to have dinner before the game.
Okay.
So where do I go?
Wow.
Okay, wait.
A lot of great choices.
Tonight or tomorrow night, you're saying?
Tonight in Starkville before the game. We're going to try to get up. We're going to leave shortly, so we want to pregame somewhere at a restaurant.
There's so many great options in Starkville.
Here's what I would say. Number one, if you want like burgers, of all different shapes, sizes, but not just like a plain old burger place. Bulldog Burger, you can't go wrong really with their food. It really is good. It's close. It's just off campus. And pretty much whether you've been there or not, you're gonna be able to find something you like.
Yeah, it's good.
We order out at Bulldog Burger here in Tupelo a lot.
We love it. Also,
good. You get a turkey burger.
Yeah, I love it. And our daughter gets chicken from Bulldog Burger, but
Yeah.
she loves their chicken strip. So
Yeah.
I think your daughter could find something she liked.
If you really wanted to go all out and be like totally stuffed, Jay, you would get something called the Good Morning Burger. And you can either have a big, hamburger patty, or you can substitute chicken on the Good Morning Burger. But like they put a fried egg on it, bacon.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, it's really good.
And it's a neat place. You can sit outside.
Yeah.
It's a really neat environment.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah, nothing like a good fried egg. And I'll tell you this as well. We have one decision we have to make. So a friend of ours got us tickets to the Tennessee versus number 1 Arkansas Razorbacks tomorrow night in Knoxville on our way home.
Wow.
Now, that's pretty much the same time as Mississippi State playing game 2. So I'm kind of torn, like, what are we going to do? We're going to watch the game or go see a live game? And,
Wow.
and we're leaning towards going since we got tickets. That'll be kind of a fun little extra ball game to see.
Selfishly, I hope you go because I've never been to the ballpark in Knoxville. I only saw it. We were up there for football. And I'd love to hear what you think about it because there's been some talk coming out of Knoxville. They have a really good team this year. And people have talked about how their fans and students are finally kind of getting into baseball a little bit in Knoxville and supporting them. And I'd be interested to see what the atmosphere is like and what you think about it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. My mom's from Tennessee, so I got a little Tennessee ball blood in me, I guess. So we'll probably go and root for the Vols for sure.
There you go.
Hey, Jay, just make sure whatever you do not fill up and get too stuffed before the game, because Matt and our daughter got the best food at the game. I mean, you can get the country pleasing sausage dog and popcorn, all kinds of good stuff.
And it's all pretty inexpensive concessions at the baseball game. And the concession stand over there on the third base side, it's kind of like up from the third base on deck circle, is the concession stand where you can buy the country pleasing sausage dog. And I got the original smoked sausage with slaw on it. And
he ate it in 2 bites.
highly recommend it.
And Jay, do you have?
Yeah, that sounds.
Are you able to get
Sure.
gas at the gas stations? You're traveling so much.
That's exactly what I was going to say. So I've got enough gas to get me and my daughter to Starkville. I made sure of that. If I get stuck in Starkville for a few days, I'll let Bulldog Nation know we might need a place to stay.
Bless your
I
heart.
think we'll be okay.
All right. Thanks, Jay. Hang in there.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thanks,
you.
Jay. Have fun.
Hope you enjoy the game. Yeah, that's great.
This gas situation is crazy.
You know what it is? Look, I understand. Okay, certain places more than others. There's a gas
especially
shortage.
where he's really driving through Georgia, didn't he say?
He did. And then these heavily populated areas like Nashville, they were talking about people sitting in line trying to get
Knoxville,
gas and
maybe?
not getting
Who knows?
it. Then the farther south you go, like you go to South Mississippi on the coast and, South Alabama down there in Dothan where my dad is. It's something about where they are, and it's a shortage. Okay, well, it's a shortage. It's a gas shortage. And if your car doesn't have gas, you can't go somewhere. If you're not guaranteed to be able to get gas, you might just have to stay home. But the whole freak out about it, to me, is ridiculous because they've already said, it's probably going to last a couple days, 3 days at most. And a lot of, like us, where we live, we just don't have a shortage of gas yet.
No.
And frankly, they've basically said, it's about a 5% chance you have a shortage of gas where you live. So
the pipeline is back online, by the way.
Oh, that's good.
We'll see.
Yeah, it's not really a shortage of gas. It's just they can't get it.
Yeah.
The gas is there, but they can't get
The
it. to you.
distribution.
Right.
Yeah, they had to bring in more trucks, and then they've actually taken the weight limit off trucks to deliver it faster. And,
It's like so many other things we freak out about, Bill. You know what? You can classify it under this.
Toilet paper.
Ultimately, everything's going to be all right.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be fine.
Bob Marley wrote a song about it, a lyric anyway. Everything's going to be all right.
I thought my favorite thing I saw about all the gas stuff was a post yesterday. Said some of y'all are acting real toilet paperish about this gas.
That's great.
Simmer down, right?
Simmer down. I saw where people were putting gas in plastic bags.
Yeah, bad.
Now that
How
does
dumb.
not work in anybody's mind.
How dumb can you be?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's the first step in the process I learned about in the 5th grade, Bill, called natural selection.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Look up natural selection. That's where the dumbest eliminate themselves.
Get weeded out.
Nice.
Over the course of time.
Nice.
All right. I need to read this, y'all. Listen up.
Okay.
Nick texted, Lord Fauci said today that we can ditch masks outdoors. What will that mean for attendance for the regionals? Well, there's more to it also than just that, Nick. Now, I'm going to read. The only place I'm seeing this is a tweet somebody retweeted from the Washington Post. You want to listen. Otherwise, if you don't like the Washington Post, just put your fingers in your ears and go la, 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 and for about the next 10 seconds. The Washington Post says that the CDC says fully vaccinated Americans, Annie, that's me and you,
Yes.
no longer need masks indoors or outdoors in most cases, paving the way for society's full reopening.
Wow. I'm glad we waited on them to tell us this. Give me a break. I don't even have any comments about any of this stuff any longer. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there it is.
It's ridiculous.
Somebody was asking about the SEC baseball tournament earlier. I mean, it's like a lot of these other venues, whether it's State or Ole Miss or Southern Miss, you'll see a thing that says masks. There's a sign over there, masks required. Well, when you're in there, it's really, a preference. If somebody wants a mask, fine. If they don't, nobody's walking around going, Put your mask on.
The mask police.
That's just, they're not doing that, and they're not going to. I think that's going to be kind of the same thing at the SEC tournament. Annie, the night that the Thanksgiving night when the Egg Bowl will be on TV.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving night, the Saints will be hosting the Buffalo Bills on Thanksgiving night on television also.
At the same time?
Yeah. Well, they kick off at 7:20, I think, for the NFL game.
Well, what time's the Egg Bowl?
We don't know yet, but it needs to be a 6 or 6:30. They need to have a good portion of that game before the Saints game
Why don't
starts.
they just knock it out in the afternoon and let it be over by the time the Saints
because
start?
the Cowboys game on Thanksgiving starts at 3:30 Central.
I really think Ole Miss and Mississippi State are going to get lost in the shuffle. Couldn't they have just let us have it on Saturday?
Eric texted this. I hate the Egg Bowl on Thursday night. It is especially hard for those attending the game. It seems like Oxford manages to have the majority of their home eggs on Saturday. Maybe that is just my imagination. Eric is seeing and hearing black helicopters flying around up there.
He is? Yeah.
Well, Thibodeau's back. Thibodeau, when we cut you off earlier, I was just going to ask your opinion, like your personal opinion.
You
if
cut
you prefer.
Thibodeau off?
Yeah, he gave us a story, but then we
Bill
had a quick trigger over there.
Bill had to get him to the commercial break.
Which one you like, Thibodeau, Thursday night or Saturday for the Egg Bowl?
I'm going to go with Saturday because I'm tired of traveling
on Thanksgiving.
It's a quick thing. Like you eat and then it's like, okay, thanks for the food. I got to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, just to get there on time. So that's I guess what you wanted to hear before Billy Bob Button Pusher knocked me out.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Oh, is that your new nickname, Bill? Billy Bob.
Nicknames have to be shorter than that, but
Billy Bob.
Yeah.
So
I was just going by Matt's inflection. He was inflecting like he needed to get you off.
Look, Thibodeau, he could hear it in my voice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all were just
you don't
trying to
need
get
the bell when Matt's voice gives it away.
Y'all were just trying to get to the commercial.
So, HQ, I think we're probably going to go with Monmouth on the graduation gift.
Yes, in Natchez.
Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of research. I called and talked to them and that kind of thing.
You'll love it.
The only trouble is I can't book it until the end of next week. So if the right room isn't available, then we'll figure something else out.
I think you'll enjoy it. I think you'll have fun.
Is that where we stayed?
Mm-hmm.
Monmouth?
So good.
Yeah, it is a great
the food
place.
is good.
Yeah.
It's just a neat place.
It is neat. Big old live oaks out on the front lawn. Makes you want to just go sit out there.
Yeah, it was really pretty.
Oh, the cool thing is you know, it's like a big old 7 or 10 acre property.
Yeah, it's very
And
nice.
So there's gardens everywhere and there's 2 ponds.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the woman, I said, you know, so what are these 2 ponds like just for weddings and decorations? She was like, no, you can bring fishing rods if you want to.
Oh no! Don't tell Matt that. Don't tell Matt that.
Yeah.
He didn't know that. I didn't either.
She was like, you can picnic, you can fish, you can do whatever you want to.
Doggone.
Okay.
We missed that.
I'm ready to go back to Monmouth now.
Well, the great part about it is if we go out somewhere nice, my wife probably puts in about an hour and a half worth of getting ready,
Well, of course.
and I put in about 15 minutes.
Right.
So
Hey, you
I
realize,
can
Thibodeau,
go
you realize
occupy
that
myself.
hour and a half is not for you. It's for
Yeah,
it's
I
for
know it.
everybody else she's going to see, or somebody when she went to high school
I
with.
know it.
Y'all may run into.
Well,
it ain't for you. She's
anyway.
already got you.
Anyway, Matt, he was saying he's going to go fish while she gets ready, and I think that's a
Okay.
great idea.
I think it's a great.
I think
idea.
everybody should have a pond.
Speaking of fishing, yesterday the house that I'm moving out of has got 2 lakes in the neighborhood, 2 small ponds, and I'm fortunately moving to one that's got waterfront. But I got to thinking, I was like, you know, before I move out of here, I need to try to pull one more fish out of these ponds.
Mm-hmm.
So yesterday afternoon, I'm out there fishing, and I hear this voice say, "Hey, you having any luck?" I look over, and it's Bama Tommy walking my way. So he comes up and talks to me a little bit, and then just walks off without saying bye. Comes back a few minutes later with his fishing rod. So 2 of your listeners were hanging out.
Love it.
Talking about
I love it.
talking about the sports shows while trying to catch fish.
I love it.
Boy.
That's how it ought to be. That's great.
We're just bringing people together. Thanks for the call, Thibodeau. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Jason in Flagstaff on the text line says, I've got a bunch of pill boxes and I forget how to use them.
Oh, yeah, they have to pop them open. Now, I've never used one. It might be hard. To pop open. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Hey, all right. Anthony has mentioned a place in Tupelo more than once.
Mm-hmm.
Ice cream place. Funky Cones.
Yes,
You know all about it?
Took Mary Liddy there a few weeks ago.
Okay. He was just saying if you hadn't been, she might want to go.
It's so cute. I mean, they have actual waffles. They cook waffles and wrap them into a cone shape, and they put the ice cream down into it.
Yeah.
It's really cute.
Hey, how about this smack talk on the Country Pleasing text line from Kyle? He sent a picture. There's one of those overhead pictures of when the junction tailgating area is really full of people.
What, versus the Grove?
He says, while we are talking about the Egg Bowl, he goes, you can't compare the junction to the Grove.
Uh-oh.
And then he said, Hail State. He sent a picture for proof.
Well, but where's the Grove picture for comparison?
There was a tree in the way. We couldn't get the full view.
I'm sorry the junction didn't have any trees, Matt. They're both really pretty. I think we know which one you prefer and which one I prefer.
Yeah. I'm not big on tailgating.
That is some smack talk.
It is a little smack talk. I took a nice little nap one time tailgating in the Grove, though.
Bill
thanks to those shade trees.
Took a nap.
He took a nap.
I was so embarrassed. It's like, yeah, my husband Matt's here. Oh, I'm sorry, he's asleep.
The time I was in the Grove, I was really impressed with the acting ability of everybody. It was really impressive.
Acting?
Yeah, they were all acting like they enjoyed talking to each other.
Man, I hear smack talk now.
Oh my gosh. It's not even football season, Bill.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, Matt.
I kid. All right, more of your comments, texts, a bunch of those to get to coming up next. Stick around.
There's a lot. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy Bird's Eye.
Yes, always look for this Bird's Eye Bird, your guarantee of top quality frozen food. And your big Bird's Eye buy this week is Bird's Eye Orange Juice. Easy, you can serve it in a minute. Thrifty, it will save you money. Orchard fresh and delicious.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy Bird's Eye.
Now, if you know your oats and want to feel your oats and taste how good an oat cereal can be, well, you'll go for Cheerios. Great way to start the day with really great eating. That's Cheerios, one of the few foods made from oats. The tasty cereal grain everyone should have at breakfast. Crisp and golden as only a toasted oat cereal can be. And nourishing? Why, a Cheerios breakfast gives you the power protein that grown-ups need to help stay in trim and youngsters need to grow on. Toasted oat goodness, toasted oat flavor, a delicious power breakfast. That's Cheerios.
Let me tell you about an ice cream can't be beat.
The very best tasting you can eat.
It's Meadow, 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 Meadow Smooth Freeze Meadow Gold. Go to your ice cream man today, and here's the word that you should say. Oh, give me Meadow, Meadow, Meadow Smooth Freeze Meadow Gold. And remember, folks, Meadow Gold
is mighty good.
For double enjoyment, reach for Beech Nut Peppermint Gum. It sparkles your smile, your breath, your whole sense of enjoyment. Beech Nut Peppermint in the familiar yellow pack.
6 o'clock, dinner time. Thank goodness for Jell-O Instant Pudding.
Yes, thank goodness for Jell-O Instant Pudding. The terrific busy day dessert you can make at the very last minute. See how quick and easy. Just add it to cold milk and beat it up. That's all. By the time you're ready to eat it, it's all ready for you. Jell-O Instant Pudding, made by the famous Jell-O folks. So creamy, so nourishing, so delicious. No other instant pudding is quite the same. Stock your shelves with all 7 flavors. The good busy day dessert. Jell-O Instant Pudding.
Exclusions apply. See storeorclose.com for details.
And here comes Matt Wyatt up to the plate. The pitch.
Whoa! It's a high fly!
Knocking them out of the park for great sports talk.
I'm talking way back!
It's the Matt Wyatt Show on 105.9 The Zone.
Ba, 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 ba. The Pac-12 has a new commissioner. I don't have the foggiest idea how to pronounce his last name. He's coming from the entertainment world. He's like from MGM or something. Yeah. George Kliakoff or Kliakoff, something like that. Yeah, so they have a new commissioner, and he's saying a lot of things today, meeting the media and trying to get them going in the right path. Seems like Larry Scott, as the commissioner, the way he was running things just became an abject disaster the farther and longer it went. So they're changing directions. And it looks like he sort of let the cat out of the bag in some of his comments. And I say let the cat out of the bag. It's just, like a conference commissioner putting something on the record in regards to playoff expansion. Dennis Dodd, he is with CBS Sports. Y'all are familiar with Dennis, most likely, or at least that name. And he's in on this. And he said the new Pac-12 guy just said playoff expansion could be in place, quote, as early as a June announcement. Dennis said, I wrote that a couple of weeks ago, but it's astounding to hear a commissioner say it out loud. So that actually might be a clue right there, that real soon. So we're talking about maybe within a month or close to a month anyway, you could have some sort of announcement of a hit date out there on the calendar down the road somewhere a few years into the future where they will indeed expand that playoff and what it's going to be and all that kind of stuff. Be interesting to find out. Look forward to that. Hope it comes along in June. You never know. I mean, hopefully you have baseball going deep into the month of June around here. That's what we all hope. There's a great chance that could happen. But if it doesn't, sometimes in June you're looking for something. Other than fishing stories from me and Thibodeau and Tommy Bama Tommy out on the edge of a pond. So maybe we'll get that in June as well. Over on Periscope, which is still working even though they supposedly killed it on March the 31st. We're almost 2 months into getting free Periscope. It's still working. It's out there. It's working. I'm streaming on Periscope. Y'all watching because Saints fan SB09 commented on it. He said, the Grove would put me to sleep too, Matt. Look, I'm not knocking on the Grove, but people knock on it. If you've ever been there, like and I have, because of Annabeth, when we first started dating, the first time I'd ever been to any sort of tailgate at a football game was maybe a year or so before we actually got married. And I went with her. It was for an 8 p.m. kickoff game. Ole Miss was playing somebody. Who was it? They were playing Georgia, I think. I think Ole Miss was playing Georgia that night. And it was like an 8 p.m. kickoff. And I went with her. And we were on the way out there at like 3 p.m. for an 8 o'clock game. And I remember some things in that conversation as we drove. She was driving. I was riding with her in her car. And I said, number one, you realize. Check. Hey, whatever's going on, we got to cut that out. Do you hear that, Bill? Okay.
Yeah, I heard that. They're doing something in the other room.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so we are headed there, and I say to her, you realize this is the first time I've ever been to a football tailgate. Like, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to have to follow you. I don't know what this is all about. She's like, it's not a big deal. You just hang out, eat food, and talk to people, and then the game starts. I'm like, okay. And when I hear that, I go, well, why are we going so early? The game doesn't start till 8. It's 3 o'clock. Why are we going so early? And she says, well, we are not early. We are, in fact, late. Okay, so that sort of set the tone right there. But I will tell you, I mean, it's a beautiful place. People everywhere. There was a lot of great food. Wonderful, awesome, great food. It was. And, okay, we had shade. The wind was blowing. I got bored with it really quick. I didn't know anybody there really outside of Annabeth and her family. I didn't know anybody. There was nothing to do. Nothing to do. It's like after you've eaten a plate of food, then what? Okay, it was sort of my thing. So the best thing I could think to do was just kick back and enjoy on that particular day, 70-degree temps and go to sleep. So I'm not knocking it at all. I just, tailgating is different people consume it in different ways. Like I love to walk through the junction and either work on a video piece and film stuff or just walk through one time briskly and see all of it. I love it. I'm glad. But in terms of myself actually like grabbing a chair and having a seat and just plopping down, I can't do that. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
From that picture he sent us, you wouldn't be doing any walking through the junction that day.
You're right, Bill. That picture,
crowded.
Who was that, Kyle, that sent that? That picture, I think, was from 2014. If you look in that picture he sent us, up at the very top middle of the picture is Dorman Hall. So the picture has been taken from one of the upper reaches of the M Club looking back into the junction. That's Dorman Hall up there. And right in front of that is a stage, a television stage, and it's either the ESPN Game Day stage or the SEC Nation stage. So it would have been 2014 either against Texas A&M or Auburn, that particular, because they were day games, and they were absolutely slammed full of people down there. And you're right, Bill. I've been in that crowd in the junction when it gets like that a few times, and it's just shoulder to shoulder. I mean, it's like it's like I was thankful I was a tall person because I could keep my bearing on where I was, in terms of how many people were crammed in there for the team to walk through.
I was going to say we could probably see your head.
That's right, shining.
Yeah.
If we adjust the exposure, mine would stick out. Yeah, probably so. Troll Tide says on the Country Pleasing text line. Yeah. Also, Campbell College are the Fighting Camels. The Campbells. Got it. Seymour was asking if Bulldog Burger's coming to Ridgeland in the old mugshots. I don't know. It seems like I'd heard they were expanding possibly, but I don't know that for sure. I'm not super duper into the scene on that, so I can't give you a for sure, but it seems like I'd heard maybe they were thinking about doing that. I know they popped up there in Starkville first and then opened one in Tupelo. Somebody texted me and said, Matt, agree on Bulldog Burger and Harvey's fried mushrooms, followed by lemon pepper chicken is also great. All the Harvey's restaurants recently went through a big renovation. They look great if you've been in one. All right, Clay said he's thinking the Egg Bowl's on Saturday again this year, but it's not, Clay, not according to reports. The folks over at Gene's Page 24/7, and then Joel Coleman, who covers state for SI, they all said today that their sources are telling them that this year's Egg Bowl is moving back to Thanksgiving again. It'll be in Starkville this year, and it'll be on Thanksgiving. White Denzel says, Matt, did you tell the homecoming queen about my crawfish hamburger this past Friday? I did tell her, Denzel, and she was like, oh, that sounds good. I asked her if she had ever had a hamburger with crawfish in it, not on it, but in it. And she said no. So that would be new to us, but she liked the idea. Ernest T said, I love the junction, and that's enough of the Grove gabbing. Doesn't the homecoming queen need to go make a sandwich or something? Hey, Ernest. Well, she did have to split. She didn't go make me a sandwich.
He needs to stay in his lane.
Yeah, he needs to stay in his lane. Grumpy says, Matt and HQ, when y'all come to Jackson, you need to visit the new Sal and Mookie's. Awesome ice cream bar, great food in the district in North Jackson. Mary Liddy would love it. Grumpy, thanks for the suggestion. Always looking for suggestions. Thank you. Now, all right, Matt from Brandon. I saw a hint of this on Twitter yesterday, but I didn't click the link and go read it. I was busy doing other stuff. So thanks for sending me this link. And he said, hey, Matt, do you remember the high school coach who said that Kirby Smart, Nick Saban paid recruits? That was Rush Probst. Yes, I do remember that, Matt. Matt went on to say in his text, he was fired April the 27th from Valdosta High School for illegally enticing players to transfer to his school. Well, they may change their mind. How does somebody like that get chance after chance? It is a good question, Matt. I mean, what does he know? He has to know something. Of course, he wins. He does win games wherever he's been. I don't know, like, what he knows. But I saw somebody tweet out a link yesterday and it said they may have changed their mind about firing Rush Probst. I didn't get to read it, but I'll go in here and read this. Thank you for sending that. Hog Jowl, how you doing today? The man Hog Jowl texted us. He said he's been to the stadium in Tennessee, and it's the worst SEC baseball stadium he's ever seen. So, Jay in Baltimore, if you're still listening, I take back what I said. Don't take my advice and just go to Knoxville on Friday for a game just to see the stadium. If there's another reason to go, go ahead. But Hog Jowl says it's the worst SEC baseball stadium he's ever seen. All right, we got some confirmation. It is going to be a Bulldog Burger coming here to the Metro. Jay said Lake Harbor Road. There we go. Get ready, open up. I'm telling you, man, they got some food now. It's the real deal kind of food. Y'all stick around.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
For double enjoyment, reach for Beech Nut Peppermint Gum. It sparkles your smile, your breath, your whole sense of enjoyment. Beech Nut Peppermint in the familiar yellow pack.
Jeans do come true. Blue Delta Jeans makes the best fitting, most comfortable jeans in the world. Let's dive in and see what we have here. Do what I did. Visit BlueDeltaJeans.com. Find your fit. Just for my listeners, enter discount code Matt Wyatt. Just answer the questions. BlueDeltaJeans.com. Answer the questions. Use this code. Use the code. You're going to get a discount. They are the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn.
Farm Bureau Insurance stands ready to provide financial relief to our communities in this time of crisis. This includes a one-time credit to all personal auto policyholders, a donation of $500,000 to the Mississippi Food Network, and additional payment options for those hit the hardest, all while continuing to service customer claims as well. But this is the time to go above and beyond. These are a few ways we're keeping the Farm Bureau promise. To learn more, talk to your agent or visit us online. Go with the home team.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you a little bit about C Spire. New stuff in 2021, including 5G coverage. If you go to their website right now, cspire.com, you're going to see their no bull, which, by the way, I love the Super Bowl ad with the slow motion bull. You're going to see that on the website. But look, they're right. There's been a lot of bull over the years in your wireless bill, depending on if, who you were with. And my experience with C Spire is just like they say, there's no bull. I know what it's going to cost me each month. I know what my coverage is the number one coverage in Mississippi, period, the number one network. And they've got 5G phones that are 5G ready. Now, I have the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, got it at C Spire, went and did curbside at my local C Spire location and did the exchange where I traded in my old one, got the new one, and it's 5G capable. And we've got 5G coverage in parts of Mississippi, and it's just growing by the day. So you really ought to check that out, okay? And in terms of the new phones, you got deals going on those as well. Find those out at cspire.com. C Spire, customer inspired.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Every farmer understands their farm can't thrive without some good partners like sun, soil, and rain. And farmers in North Mississippi also rely on another important partner, Mississippi Land Bank, because land and farm financing are Mississippi Land Bank's primary focus. We've grown alongside these farmers' crops for more than 100 years. We understand what a farmer needs, and we know the lay of the land in North Mississippi, and that's where I stand.
A lot of people in the equipment world, things kind of go in trends, I guess, if you want to say it. So kind of the first big thing that we look at when we start evaluating our business is going to be our turf equipment. That's kind of the first big push, because once everything, the water dries up and the grass starts growing, This is what everybody's looking to get. We carry the new Wright stand-up mower. Doesn't look like much, but this thing is, and it costs just as much as Zero Turn. Not a cheap unit at all. I mean, if you go out there and look at that Zero Turn, this thing right here, I mean, it's got all your components from your big pumps to your commercial engine to your large steel deck. And these guys were the first ones to make the standard mower.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy, better buy, better buy Bird's Eye.
Yes, always look for this Bird's Eye Bird, your guarantee of top quality frozen food. And your big Bird's Eye buy this week is Bird's Eye Orange Juice. Easy, you can serve it in a minute. Thrifty, it will.
Stop. It's the Matt Wyatt Show. 3 minutes for your life right now. On 105.9 The Zone.
All right, so the idea of Bulldog Burger moving into Ridgeland, yeah, it's happening. Okay, the old mugshots, Bill confirmed that for me. So Kyle and Jacob says they have a hiring sign up. You want a job? Go over there and work at Bulldog Burger. Lake Harbor Road. Awesome.
Real close to the radio station here, so yes.
Uh-huh. Well, look, man, you're going to like it. You really are going to like it. I'm trying to think, too. Okay, so some of the things I've gotten, they have several appetizers that I've gotten because sometimes in Starkville, we do our post-game, in football season, our post-game radio show with Bart and Charlie and me. We do that at Bulldog Burger, or have for the last several years anyway, there in Starkville. And so sometimes you have a late game, or you finish late, you go in there, you don't necessarily want to order, a giant hamburger and fries and milkshake and all that kind of stuff at 10 p.m. or 10:30 p.m. So I've had a lot of the appetizer stuff, and the food's just always good. But when I've gotten a chance to get, a couple of the different burgers that they offer, it's incredible. If you are, into this kind of thing, the milkshakes that they have there too they come highly recommended. Let me tell you. Okay, is that Bill? Help me out.
It's RL.
RL on line 1. Thanks for calling, RL. What's up?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine.
I'm a listener of your show, and I know a couple weeks ago you all were discussing a home run walk-off song.
Yeah.
And this song is by Detroit Emerald, and it has some horn in it. I know you're a lover of horn.
Yes.
But if you listen to this song, I'm sure you would make this your walk-off song.
Okay.
To listen to.
Okay. And so tell me again the name of the artist who performs the song.
The name of the group is Detroit Emerald.
Okay. Detroit Emerald. And the name of the song?
Baby, Let Me Hold You.
All right. Baby, let me hold you. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to look it up.
And I listened to the song, and the guy that sang it, he sounds, sir, exactly like you.
Like me, huh?
I'm serious, though. I'm serious. You would think you were singing this song.
Okay. I am definitely.
It has the horn in it. I know you say you love horns.
All right.
Listen to it.
All right. I will
I
definitely.
found it. It's Baby, Let Me Take You in My Arms.
Okay, baby, let me.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Bill's already found it. Okay. All right. So here's what we're going to do, RL, is the next time we go to a commercial, Bill is going to preview it. We have to try to preview stuff first before we just play it. He's going to try to preview it. And then we'll come back in hour number 3 and see if I can't listen to a little bit of it and see what we think.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate the suggestion very much, and thanks for listening.
You are welcome.
He's right. RL is right. And I think if you've listened to this show long enough, there's something about the brass section of the band. I just like it. I'm for it. I like it. And I think it has something to do with the fact that, or maybe the way that I react whenever we play a little JSU Sonic Boom, just to be totally honest. Yeah, because, what I think the reason we were on that subject, RL is right, we were on the subject of walk-up songs, so we said if you played for Jackson State, wouldn't you have the Sonic Boom as your walk-up song, your music? And when Jackson State goes to a regional, and it's the same for everybody. State in a regional, Ole Miss in a regional. It's my understanding, right, that the NCAA runs that tournament. Therefore, they don't play walk-up songs for anybody like you do in the regular season. Once you get into postseason, it's a little different. I'm telling you what is the truth. Sven is all the way over in Germany, and he said, bring it, the Sonic Boom.
It'll get you rocking now.
It really will. It doesn't get any better than that. I mean, it just doesn't. Okay, Jeremy said, have you had the spring rolls at Bulldog Burger? Steve Robertson raves about them. I have. It's one of the appetizer things, Jeremy, that I get. It may be like a sure enough meal entree. I don't know. I've always assumed they're like an appetizer thing because I've ordered them a bunch late night when we're there for postgame stuff. Again, because it's not like a huge meal, but they are fantastic. They'll bring them, unless you ask for something else, they bring them out with two different kinds of, dipping sauce. And I can see why Steve Robertson would rave about them. They're the real deal, too. Make your tongue slap your hat off. A little free advertising. Bill, that's what we call free advertising in the business.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get some Bulldog burgers and stuff here pretty soon.
Well, if not,
as soon as they get open.
Yes. We're trying our best to let them know.
I know you'll be here that day.
I'll come down there for that. We'll make a special trip for that. For sure. Okay, I haven't really even halfway touched on it, but here you go. State hosting Missouri in baseball this weekend, and it starts tonight. So this is a Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, State hosting Missouri. Keep in mind, it's a little bit later first pitch time than normal, series openers. Since it is a Thursday, it is on ESPNU, and it's a 7:30 Central first pitch. 7:30 Central. That's my understanding. And it'll be on ESPNU. And I think I picked this up somewhere, but Todd Helton is going to be the analyst on the TV for the game. Y'all remember Todd? Former Tennessee Volunteer, obviously a great baseball player. He was also the quarterback at Tennessee that rolled his ankle in a ball game against Mississippi State in 1994 at Davis Wade Stadium. And when he had to come out of the game, who'd they put in? Peyton Manning, freshman, off the bench, who never looked back. And Todd Helton didn't look back either. He stuck with baseball, got himself drafted highly, went and was an all-star first baseman for the Colorado Rockies. But I think he's going to be on the call on TV tonight for that ball game. So it's the lone SEC game that's starting on Thursday this week, and that'll be tonight. A little bit later, first pitch, but keep your eyes peeled for that. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. And we'll preview it. We'll take a quick look at Missouri. It's just, they're bottom of the league. They're really bad. Now, we are getting reports. Thank you. Let's see who sent me this. Anthony. Yeah, Anthony sent me a link to Tyler Horka on Twitter. Y'all know Tyler covers Mississippi State for the Clarion Ledger. And he is reporting that, according to Paul Jones from 24/7 Sports, men's basketball player DJ Stewart has signed with an agent and will remain in the NBA draft. So as of right now, it looks like they'll get Molinar back on next year's team, but DJ Stewart will exit and move on. Okay, so that news coming out there today. White Denzel on the Country Pleasing text line says, I wish Landon Sims would use the Undertaker theme song as his walk-up song next year. Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? Hey, how tall is Landon listed as on the roster? Anybody, well, I had to tell you what, let me just look it up real quick. Don't feel like you got to text in the answer on that because it's easy enough for me to just Google it and see what they put him on the roster as. The reason I ask is I ran into him the other day. Figuratively.
Are you guys eye to eye?
Well, we weren't, but he just struck me as being taller when you're standing on flat ground with him than he looks when he's out there on the mound. Okay, so they list him at 6'2". I think a lot of people have watched, he's 6'2", 216, so he's a thick guy. He's not skinny at all. He's listed at 6'2", 216. But I'll tell you this, just seeing him in person, he is every bit of 6'2". I mean, he really is. You know, again, I guess because he's stocky, you see him on TV, you might, think he's only 6 feet tall. No, yeah, he's a pretty tall guy now. Standing next to him, I was like, that's a taller, longer kid than I realized. It's a little easier to understand where some of that 98 MPH comes from. But I digress. Hour 2 is up. If you leave us, I hope you'll have a good night. If not, I hope you'll stick around for more.
Another load of Smart Pills has been distributed, and I'm slap worn out. So I'll just say, so long, neighbors. Get me out of here, Percy.
There's a lot of noise when it comes to 5G.
We're 5G ready. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Arrived today. Jeans do come true. Thank you, Blue Delta. Yeah, jeans do come true. That's what the bag says. Blue Delta Jeans makes the best fitting, most comfortable jeans in the world because they are uniquely made for you and only you. Raw denim jeans, custom fit, hand tailored in Tupelo, Mississippi, my hometown. Let's dive in and see what we have here. Do what I did. Visit BlueDeltaJeans.com. Find your fit, design a jean, and before you know it, you'll be addicted. Just for my listeners, enter discount code Matt Wyatt, all lowercase. Again, that's if you listen to me, you can use discount code Matt Wyatt, all lowercase, and at checkout, you're going to get a 10% discount off your order. So I just went online, ordered them, BlueDeltaJeans.com a couple weeks ago. Went in, I didn't go get measured. I just entered, what I knew about myself. I just answered the questions, and here they are at my doorstep a couple weeks later. Nice. Yeah, Blue Delta. Nice. I'm happy. I've known the Blue Delta team for years, and I'm thrilled to have these guys on as a sponsor of this show. Blue Delta's Virtual Tailor is a fun and easy way to get yourself into the best fitting pair of jeans you're ever going to own. Bet you never thought you'd get a butt shot out of me, huh? How about that? Just answer the questions and they fit absolutely perfectly. They couldn't fit better. So just go online, BlueDeltaJeans.com, answer the questions. It's amazing how they do it. They will fit perfectly. You're not going to find better material and better feeling pants, period, anywhere. BlueDeltaJeans.com. Use this code. Use the code. You're going to get a discount. They are the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn. I promise you that. And I know that you are going to love them too. Make sure you use the code. And remember, jeans do come true.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Let me tell you about an ice cream can't be beat.
The very best tasting you can eat.
It's Meadow, 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 Meadow Smooth Freeze Meadow Gold. Go to your ice cream man today, and here's the word that you should say. Oh, give me Meadow, Meadow, Meadow Smooth Freeze Meadow Gold. And remember, folks, Meadow Gold
Is mighty good.
For double enjoyment, reach for Beech Nut Peppermint Gum. It sparkles your smile, your breath, your whole sense of enjoyment. Beech Nut Peppermint in the familiar yellow pack.
6 o'clock, dinner time. Thank goodness for Jell-O instant pudding.
Yes, thank goodness for Jell-O Instant Pudding. The terrific busy day dessert you can make at the very last minute. See how quick and easy. Just add it to cold milk and beat it up. That's all. By the time you're ready to eat it, it's all ready for you. Jell-O Instant Pudding, made by the famous Jell-O folks. So creamy, so nourishing, so delicious. No other instant pudding is quite the same. Stock your shelves with all 7 flavors. The good busy day dessert. Jell-O Instant Pudding.
To support the America's Farmers Grow Ag Leaders program sponsored by the Monsanto Fund. Students apply today for a chance to win a $1,500 ag scholarship. Visit growagleaders.com.
For those fortunate enough to help the person who has always been their hero, AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help at aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
This is WRKS Pickens Jackson. Live
in the studio.
Live and local. This is the Matt Wyatt Show. Talking about sports from around the world and right here at home. Streaming to you at the Zone 1059.com and on your radio on ESPN 105.9. The Zone.
Hey, here we go. Light it up. Light them up. Light some fires, kick some tires. Let's see what happens here. Hour number 3 underway on the radio with you. Hour 3 of the show presented by Overstreet Properties in Starkville. So you need a place to live, place to stay. Anything residential, let's say permanent, right? Like building a home, buying a home in Starkville. Go to Overstreet. Need a condo when you come into town for ball games, go to Overstreet. Leasing an apartment for you, or you know a student or you have a student. Overstreet Properties, check them out. Overstreetproperties.com. That's where you want to go in Starkville. Trust me on that. All right, so here we go in the Bureau, the Farm Bureau Insurance Studio, starting off with you on the phone line. What do you say, the phone? The phone.
The
phone. Thank you, Inspector Clouseau. I love that scene from the Pink Panther movie where you had what's the guy's name? Peter Sellers playing.
Oh, Inspector, yeah.
Inspector Clouseau, and he asked the guy if he had a proper license for his minky. He's saying, "Do you have a license for your monkey?"
Yeah.
The guy's sitting out front, pretending to be a blind man, and he had a monkey on his shoulder, and he said, "Man, minky." Yeah. All right, of course, and I like the other scene too, where he's checking into the motel, Bill.
Yeah.
And there's a little dog down there, next to the front desk.
Yeah.
And Inspector Clouseau says, "Does your dog bite?" And the guy goes, "No." So he bent down to pet the dog, and the dog bit him. And he said, "I thought you said your dog doesn't bite." And the guy goes, "That's not my dog." All right. Ponto is on line 1. What's up, Ponto?
Hey.
Hey, man.
Yeah, let's the one subject today, not food or Detroit Emerald or all the other accessories.
See, this is the way you
start.
This is the way you start some of your calls, Ponto, is you call and you disparage all the content we've had to this point as a way to say that your call is going to be more interesting than any of that other stuff. Why don't you just have the guts to come out and say, Ponto, hey, I don't like your show to this point. I'm going to try to change it.
No, that's not it. That's about the only sports show that I listen to. You and JB's new show, that's about it.
Yeah.
I don't listen to Cowherd and those guys, no.
I don't blame you for that.
But baseball, have you clarified your College World Series prognostic? You predicted Ole Miss and
yeah, that was pre-injury.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah, State's got a great chance to be there, and they're playing their best baseball. And they're just really good. And State's pitching staff is probably deeper. I mean, they don't have Kumar Rocker, but their State's pitching staff is probably deeper than anybody else's. So they got a great chance to get to Omaha. But honestly, look, Ponto, it's like this. This is a giant if because none of this is true anymore. But if Elko and Hoagland, your best hitter and your best pitcher, are healthy, which they were at the beginning of the year, I believe Ole Miss is going to host and play themselves to Omaha. But now Hoagland
is out for the year.
He's gone. He's not. He's done.
Yeah.
And that's a pitching staff that doesn't have a ton of great depth in it, which that's an injury that they just could not afford. I feel like. So yeah, I think their chances of getting to Omaha are done.
No, Ole Miss is not going to make it. And listen, both times they've been there, I was there too.
Yeah.
And they were terrible. They were awful. But that's another subject. I booked my reservations after 2 games. I knew they'd be 0-2, and that's what happened.
Really? I thought the last time they went, when Bianco took them, I thought they won a game out there.
Well, yeah, you may be right about that.
Maybe one game. They beat somebody.
I had to check my diary, but we'll do a show one day on their 0-2 appearance in 1973, 4, whatever that was.
Wow.
Because I could write a book about that. It was amazing. They're up 8-0 with 1 inning to go and lose 9-8. And Texas never hit a ball out of the infield.
Oh no, that's awful.
It looked like a girls' softball game. 6 walks, wild pitches, infield hits, beat out bunts. It was just unbelievable. It looked like a girls' softball game. And of course, the team then was baseball. I mean, the baseball team was football. That was the Norris Weiss crew. It was like I said, you write a book about it. And it was a football team in St. Joseph High School. That's what it was. Back in the good old days. That was, gosh, hard to believe that's 50 years ago. But no, there's no way Ole Miss is going to make it. But it's so much luck is involved, obviously. But what time are the Bullies on TV today?
They are on TV. They are on ESPNU tonight, and it's a later first pitch, I guess, because it's a Thursday night game. So they're throwing out first pitch at 7:30 Central, as I understand it.
Oh, ESPNU.
Yep.
One food question: Mississippi State Golf Course. What kind of ice cream is it? Is it grape Whipple?
Muscadine Ripple, which I guess a muscadine is a form of a grape. isn't it? Sort of like a grape, but it's
Yeah.
you know, it's a
Every
little
time
more.
I go up there, nobody has it. They don't know where to get it. You say
Look,
it's a golf course.
Well, okay, I don't know about at the golf course. I get it from the ice cream and cheese store on campus, right over there across from the road from Dorman Hall, not far from the football stadium. They'll have it in there because that's where they make it.
Is that by Barnes and Noble?
It's
that close to the Barnes and Noble?
It's close to it. It's like you know that main intersection that's right there by the football stadium and by Barnes and Nobles. You go through that intersection south about 300 yards, and that store is right there on your right. In other words, you can see it from Barnes and Noble. It's within walking distance.
I've never had the ice cream. I'll give you a critique when I sample it.
All right, try it. You're gonna like it. You'll like it.
Have a good weekend,
All
guys.
right.
God bless. Thank you.
Thanks, Ponto. Bill
Good
texts me.
cheese in there too.
Yeah. See, you get the cheese and the ice cream all in the same place. They've got other stuff in there too. Where's it called? Maphis cheese store? I never know how to pronounce that. Bill said that the cheese and ice cream store is on Stone Street. Okay. And it's a stone's throw from the football stadium. It's right in that area. Got to go check that out. Louvier hanging on line 2. Hello, Louvier. What's up?
Well, good afternoon, gentlemen, and go Saints. A little bit of historical perspective. Back in 2001, the Saints decided that they would try to have a regional marketing effort. I've got my conspiracy theory about it, but I won't go there now. A lot of people know that I believe that was their way of saying, see, we tried everything, and that's why we're moving to Los Angeles. But that's not why I called. What they did was they put a bus in every outlying area, including Jackson, Mississippi. And that bus was run by none other than yours truly, and it affectionately became known as the Black and Gold Express. Well, Hurricane Katrina did away with the need for a regional marketing effort, as when they came back and the Superdome was rehabilitated, the season ticket sales became a waiting list, and that's a good thing for the Saints and for the fan base. I say all that to tell you that we have resurrected this year the Black and Gold Express. We will roll from Capitol Grill, I-55 at Canton Mart on September 12th. We picked that opening week game versus the Packers because it's 3:30 kickoff, and that way we don't have to leave at 6 in the morning to have some tailgate time. We'll be leaving at 9, be back home by 11. It's a full day of Louvier, which a lot of people say, well, that's it. That's a deal breaker. It's a non-starter. Jambalaya, trying to get in touch with some restaurants, including Mama Hamels, who has in the past donated some barbecue. We've had Fred Cerami of Cerami's restaurant on the bus, and he knows how to cook. Believe it or not, he knows how to cook better than Louvier, and even Louvier admits that. Nonetheless, I told you yesterday there was going to be a major announcement, and there it is. Maybe it's not all caps, maybe that's why, and I'm sorry, but that is the announcement. Black and Gold Express. September 12th, it's week 1 versus the Packers. No, if you don't know how to get in touch with Louvier, you're probably not invited. Just saying. Anyway, and I say that tongue-in-cheek because a lot of people do know how to get in touch with me. I got Freddie Teddy McCraney on board. I've got Larry over at Scotty's Tire and Automotive on board. I aforementioned Mama Hamels.
Right.
In the first 8 hours that I whispered, yeah, we're going to do it week 1, I've got 22 commits on a we're probably going to have 46 people on the bus. So hurry, get in touch with Louvier. Thanks for your time. Go Saints. Oh, and Beaver gets a free seat.
Oh, there it is. Wow.
He stood us up for the Rams playoff game.
All right.
Stood us up.
Well.
But anyway, love your show. I'm in Hattiesburg, so I'm not able to listen to it.
Okay.
But I'm sure if Ponto's call was the best, that you have struggled. I hope I helped.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Have a great day. Love your show.
Thanks, Louvier. Appreciate it. How about that? The Louvier Express bus to the New Orleans Saints game, season opener, September 12th, hosting the Green Bay Packers, leaving Jackson that morning, is happening this year. Put it on the calendar. That's all. And he gave Beaver a free seat. Said he stood him up.
Beaver ain't going to no Saints game.
Well, he said he stood him up the last time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's getting a second chance. And like the lyrics in that Gregory Alan Isikoff song that I like so much, he says, if it weren't for second chances, we'd all be alone. You hear that, Beaver? I think it's true. Over here on line 3, open up your arms, slam them together, and do it with the music. You're doing a Gator Chomp. Line 3, his name is Gator Greg. What's up, Gator Greg?
Well, Mr. Wyatt, it's been a little while since I talked to you to after the draft, but the schedule came out. I'm curious, Mr. Wyatt, who are you going to pull for? Are you going to be able to make that game? You broadcast the Tennessee State game November 20th, and then your two favorite quarterbacks in the NFL meet in Kansas City the next day. Is that the homecoming queen's early Christmas gift for you?
Oh man, I wish. There was another one in there too.
Well, that's right. They play the Titans. That's a little bit closer to you too. The
and then
play the Titans at noon.
Well, but
October, I believe.
But let's see, yeah. But on Thursday, December the 2nd, the New Orleans Saints host the Dallas Cowboys. It's not the Chiefs, but it'd be a chance for people around here to watch Dak play against the Saints. Not like the first time. I mean, he's done it before. But yes, Cowboys are in Kansas City. The problem is the quick turnaround. I don't know if it's possible, but I sure did see that. And when I did, my eyes lit up. I thought, boy, wouldn't it be great to sit in an Arrowhead.
This is why. Let me pull it. Let me figure it out for you. This is how I would do the itinerary. I think your game with Tennessee State is going to be an 11 o'clock game.
Okay.
On the SEC Network. You would probably be done with your duties, and I could see you getting out about 4. You even have a little place in Starkville, but if you want to, you can get back to Tupelo. Maybe I can hook you up or something, but you could I could see you doing something and getting to 4:25 Sunday game. And we could arrange it. We have to do some planning. But homecoming queen, let's make that happen. We want to see Dak and Mahomes. We can't wait to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
If we got a chance, let's do that. Even I might have to help fund that or something. We'll make that one happen because that would make our guy happy. But you can catch the Louisville Express December 2nd, Mr. Wyatt. That's a 7 o'clock game on the NFL Network. But your Bulldogs doing a good job. Mr. Wyatt, what's the deal Sunday? The catcher, if he catches that ball, does he have a chance to get him out? Or what do you think there? Let me know there. I'll listen to you out there. You have a good show, Mr. Wyatt. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate it, Greg. Thanks for the call. On that schedule, if y'all didn't catch what he was talking about, though, what he was talking about is, see, on Saturday, November 20th, okay, so that's the next to last week of the season, Mississippi State will host Tennessee State in football the week before the Egg Bowl. So that's a Saturday, and he's right. You would think it'd probably be an early game. The very next day in Kansas City, the Chiefs host the Cowboys. And it's Central Time, a 3:30 ball game in Kansas City. And so it's like, even if you do, you swing the tickets, okay, and then how do you figure out the travel? What are the logistics? Where do you stay? And I think
you have to get your jet out of the hangar.
Well, I kind of think it'd be worth it. I don't like to get that jet out very much. The gas is really, we got a gas shortage going on. I might get it out of the hangar for that.
There you go.
No, I it's drivable. I mean, it is. It's drivable.
Yeah.
It ain't that far to Kansas City. It's just a matter of if you get the tickets for the NFL game on the Sunday, you're just sitting there sweating bullets, hoping like crazy they schedule the Saturday game for 11 a.m., And frankly, we have seen a lot of the, third tier type games where you're playing these obscure non-conference games, and they'll put them at 5 or 6 o'clock at night sometimes, like on the alternate channel. So you got a bad opponent, but they try to offset that for your attendance by scheduling it at night, which would really, really make it a tough turnaround. But if you're committed, if you buy the tickets, you're committed to it, you're going. You've lined up a place to stay probably the night before and the night after. then it's get there regardless somehow. But you don't get that a lot, right? The schedule. For somebody like me, Chiefs fan, Dak fan, quasi Cowboys fan because of Dak, you don't get something like that too much, too often. Especially at a time when in a place where you could get there. So he's right. I'm going to have to see if we can make it happen. Is Norm back? Norm's back with us. Norm on line 1. What's up, Norm?
Hey. Yeah, you guys are talking about games and everything for football. The NFL. Well, hey. On September 13th, 2021, at about 12 p.m., it is going to be me, some guy named Randy, another guy named Jared, and a midget, and a Great Dane, and we're going to be watching Miami and the Bears.
Oh, really? Yeah, so a little
preseason game.
Okay, watching a preseason game. Okay, all right. Why do I need to know?
Well, I just want to know if you want to join. We can kick the midget and let you come if you want.
Thanks a lot, Norm.
All right, hey.
Appreciate
You
the
have a good day,
invitation. Yeah, you too. Lord have mercy. All in one show, Bill. All in one show. We had somebody say midget on the show, and then we also had somebody making fun of girls softball. I mean, come on, guys. Doggone says, Matt, the last 2 projections I've seen has Ole Miss as a number 2 seed and not hosting. How can you not have Ole Miss as one of the regional sites when they have a number 10 RPI? Are they just assuming they will lose the last 2 series because Gunner is out? Well, assuming they lose it, but that conference record is going to factor into it also. And I guess the number of teams. Yeah, it's tough to understand that. If you're a top 10 RPI team not hosting because of something else, I don't understand that, because honestly, doggone, there's been a lot of years where we'd have these giant discussions for 3-4 weeks leading up to Selection Sunday, and you're looking at who may host and who should and who shouldn't. You got all these possibilities, and then they do the host, and you come out and you go, well, look, they just went down the RPI list. That's basically all they did. And you've had that year after year after year with very few exceptions. So it's hard to imagine somebody having a 10 RPI, because wherever they are now, it's a home series this weekend. If they can just avoid a sweep at Vanderbilt, they ought to be, in good shape. And then they finish up with, I can never remember. I don't know who they finish up with. They've already played Alabama. It's got to be somebody from the East. Who they finish up with? I don't remember. Bill? Okay, I got it. Thank you. Stone Street. Hogjow says Ponto doesn't need to compare men's baseball to girls softball. The girls are as good fundamentally as any boys team. They definitely are. You watch this, the SEC tournament. That's one of the things that Bill and I were talking about earlier, Hogjow, is, the speed of the college softball game. It's like watching baseball, but faster. It's like when you listen to a podcast and you put it on double speed. Everything just happens so much quicker. The distances are shorter. The field is scrunched. And I'm sitting here watching on a short infield, like there was a key point in the game where Florida State had gotten a runner on first base. All right. It was a 3-2 ball game at the time, 1-run game. You get the tying run on first base. And there is a hot shot ground ball to the third baseman for Florida. She plays it on a short hop. Okay, so that last little short hop, which is a really nice play. And then from over there near the third base bag, turns 2. All right, zip to the bag. They catch, zip, turn 2, and it's like no margin for error. As quickly as they turned it, your runner at first base still is only beat out by like half a step. And it shows you, when you shrink that field down and make everything closer, just how much quicker everybody has to react. So, yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Denzel, thanks for the graphic. It does look like Mississippi State has made it official. Egg Bowl moving to Thanksgiving Thursday night. ESPN, kickoff time, 6:30, 1 hour before the Saints game. Y'all stick around.
Hey, this is Jake, and I want to tell you your home is the most valuable asset.
Farm Bureau Insurance stands ready to provide financial relief to our communities in this time of crisis. This includes a one-time credit to all personal auto policyholders, a donation of $500,000 to the Mississippi Food Network, and additional payment options for those hit the hardest, all while continuing to service customer claims as well. But this is the time to go above and beyond. These are a few ways we're keeping the Farm Bureau promise. To learn more, talk to your agent or visit us online. Go with the home team.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
We are about to have a fire and cook some sausage. A country pleasing sausage is outstanding, whether you cook it over a fire or in the house. Cook some of this right here. It's green onion flavor. You see that? But this right here is my favorite, the maple flavor. And this is great for breakfast. It's awesome cooking it in the house because it makes the whole house smell good. Oh yeah. Let's eat country pleasing sausage, the best, hands down. If you go to countrypleasing.com, you can actually order this and deliver it to your house. Country pleasing sausage, hands down, the best. Trust me. Davini Equipment, Spring Ridge Road in Jackson, Highway 51 in Madison. Hey y'all, let me tell you a little bit about C Spire. New stuff in 2021, including 5G coverage. If you go to their website right now, cspire.com, you're going to see their No Bull, which, by the way, I love the Super Bowl ad with the slow motion bull. You're going to see that on the website. But look, they're right. There's been a lot of bull over the years in your wireless bill, depending on if who you were with. And my experience with C Spire is just like they say, there's no bull. I know what it's going to cost me each month. I know what my coverage is the number one coverage in Mississippi, period, the number one network. And they've got 5G phones that are 5G ready. Now, I have the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, got it at C Spire, went and did curbside at my local C Spire location and did the exchange where I traded in my old one, got the new one, and it's 5G capable. And we've got 5G coverage in parts of Mississippi, and it's just growing by the day. So you really ought to check that out, okay? And in terms of the new phones, you got deals going on those as well. Find those out at cspire.com. C Spire, customer inspired.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Jeans do come true. Blue Delta Jeans makes the best fitting, most comfortable jeans in the world because they are uniquely made for you and only you. Let's dive in and see what we have here. Do what I did. Visit BlueDeltaJeans.com. Find your fit, design a jean, and before you know it, you'll be addicted. Just for my listeners, enter discount code Matt Wyatt, all lowercase, BlueDeltaJeans.com. I just entered, what I knew about myself. I just answered the questions, and here they are. Nice. Yeah, Blue Delta just answered the questions, and they fit absolutely perfectly. They couldn't fit better. So just go online, BlueDeltaJeans.com, answer the questions, use this code. Use the code, you're going to get a discount. They are the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn, and I know that you are going to love them too. Coast again? Buffalo. Don't start in on me on the no. Ernest T. He's already made me mad once today where he said something about my wife getting in the kitchen making a sandwich. Look, Ernest T., you may look at yours that way. I don't look at mine that way. I make my own sandwiches. I think I appreciate it when she makes me one, but that's not the expectation. I think a little more highly of her. Now you're railing on cranberry sauce, even though it's solidified, it's gelled, it's gelatin. How do they do that? Why do they do that? I really don't care. Just put it on the plate.
And it makes that plopping sound when it comes out of that can.
Yeah.
That's just weird.
Yeah.
That'd make you not want to eat it right there.
There's something I'm leaving off, though. I mean, outside of the bread of your Thanksgiving staples, I'm leaving something out, and I just can't think of what it is. You know, and if you go to a family thing, it could be a lot of stuff, actually. I mean, you know, depending on what people bring.
Like ham and turkey.
Yeah, ham is in there also.
Yeah, chicken dumplings.
Ernest T., I know you were kidding, man. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing. Did y'all see any of this stuff about the NCAA women's golf, what happened in Baton Rouge? Did y'all see any of that? You talk about a bogus thing now. I mean, it is just, I mean, it's a latest, greatest example that well-intentioned and educated people can do some dumb stuff. Dumb. And I kind of get what would lead you to wonder if you ought to play the thing if it's golf in bad weather. But here it is. So I just saw the thing yesterday. I'm not reading this. I'm just going to describe it to you the way I consumed it, which was a tweet came in yesterday. It involved a video, and it said, here was the scene when the NCAA announced to the field of competitors. So all of these teams, what was it, 16 teams? How many teams was it? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Surely it's not that many. Well, maybe it is. Well, regardless, ever how many teams you have in the NCAA Women's Golf Championship, it's going to be hosted in Baton Rouge at a golf tournament down there. And this person tweeted it. It was a video from in the crowd. You had apparently all these coaches, all these players on all these teams gathered up for an announcement. They'd had bad weather. The play had been pushed back. You know, the course was wet and all this kind of stuff. And the golf course representative and the LSU representative and then like the NCAA poor guy had to talk. And he stands up on the steps in front of all these people, competitors, and says, and I'm sort of paraphrasing, but these words came out of his mouth. The course is playable, but it's not playable at a championship level. And when he said that, somebody was filming it with their cell phone. One of the kids, it sounded like 2 or 3 of the players on these various teams went, "What? Huh? Are you serious?" And he started to try to offer some explanation. And then you heard people go in the crowd. Again, it's almost like they're about to riot. One kid goes, "Wait a minute, is it playable or not? If it's playable, let's play." I mean, in any of these are like extremely high-level talented golfers if you're on these teams that are in the championships, right? And you're already down there. You've had to delay it. They're telling you the course is playable. You've played in bad conditions your whole life. You've played in rain. You've, played in wind, mud. You've played in all that stuff. And this guy, I just felt like he made a tremendous mistake when he said the words, "The course is playable," and then goes, "But it's not playable at a championship level." And here's the thing. Here's what that meant. Without ever teeing up a golf ball, the top 6 seeds in the tournament just advance automatically. and everybody else's season is over without playing any golf at all. It was ugly. You just can't do that. And you go, well, maybe the standard protocol is if it totally gets washed out, the top 6 seeds move. I get it. Okay, well, you say standard protocol. This ain't a standard year. This is their first year back. All these kids play college golf. This is their first year back after last year got canceled. So because of COVID, which is out of your control last year, you had no choice, but all of their seasons get just immediately canceled. They don't get to play. Then this year, you know what you need to do? Forget your standard protocol. Figure out a way to play. You know, you're the NCAA. Here's an idea. Put them up in hotels. Pay for all of it. Send them somewhere else. And find a dry golf course. Let them play it. Well, it gets pushed back. What about this? What about that? So what? It's up to you to figure it out. And I got news for you. NCAA, you can afford it. All of it. Just the latest, greatest example. The fact is, you have a lot of well-intentioned people, a lot of smart people. But as a governing body, that organization makes some of the worst decisions you can find in the big time. They make some of the worst. They really do. Okay, Ken was putting one more thing in here for the Thanksgiving deal. Bill, you were talking about caramel cake yesterday. He said mom's caramel cake. Apparently that's a staple for him at Thanksgiving.
Lots of pies and cake and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Anthony from Tupelo said homemade macaroni and cheese at Thanksgiving, but he put a question mark. You think?
Yeah, we have that too.
Okay. Oh, you said that. Is that what he's questioning? Maybe he typed a question mark accidentally. See,
yeah, I didn't say anything about macaroni and cheese, but we do have that at Thanksgiving.
See,
and
Anthony, I'm a lot like Ron Burgundy. If you type a question mark, I'm Ron Burgundy? Dang it. Who typed a question mark in a prompter? Free American texted the show and he said, we have a Thanksgiving tradition. I put meat on the smoker, go hunting, come back, eat supper, watch a ball game. Then Friday, she goes hunting in a shopping center. And I hunt and shop in the woods. Okay. So the day after Thanksgiving is a me day for everybody. Is that what you're saying, Free American? Thibodeau said this golf tournament thing is the latest example of boneheaded leadership. Ding, 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 ding. Bingo. He says, this isn't a good look at all. NCAA, quote, we support all women. See, look at Title IX. Also NCAA, women's golf is canceled. Yeah, I mean, you're right, but, you know, even a step before you even get to whether it's men or women, Thibodeau, it's like you just can't step out here when you're making a decision about this thing. They've already waited a couple of days. Okay, and you've got all these teams and all these athletes gathered up out here at the plaza at some country club or whatever it is in Baton Rouge. You can't step out there in front of them and tell them, these are his words. I watched it. The course is playable. But we ain't playing. Because it's not playable at a championship level. Because you know what you're saying when he says that? He's saying these conditions might send the wrong teams to the next level. I mean, we've got our top 6 seeds. They're the best teams here. But if they play in poor conditions, there's a greater chance that they could be upset. We don't want that. That wouldn't be fair. The course is playable, but it's not playable at a championship level. So we're not going to play at all. And with those kids yelling and screaming at him, he turned around, walked back up the steps, and disappeared. He's like that ostrich on the Looney Tunes. He just put his head right back in the hole. I'm telling you, man. It just sometimes people do stuff like this, and it just your head is spinning. Going, is this what planet? What is this Earth? What planet is this? How? Who am I? All right, we'll wrap it up next. Stick around.
It's COVID-19. After these messages, we'll be right back.
For double enjoyment, reach for Beech Nut Peppermint Gum. It sparkles your smile, your breath, your whole sense of enjoyment. Beech Nut Peppermint in the familiar yellow pack.
Jeans do come true. Blue Delta Jeans makes the best fitting, most comfortable jeans in the world. Let's dive in and see what we have here. Do what I did. Visit BlueDeltaJeans.com. Find your fit. Just for my listeners, enter discount code Matt Wyatt. Just answer the questions. BlueDeltaJeans.com. Answer the questions. Use this code. Use the code. You're going to get a discount. They are the most comfortable jeans I've ever worn.
Farm Bureau Insurance stands ready to provide financial relief to our communities in this time of crisis. This includes a one-time credit to all personal auto policyholders, a donation of $500,000 to the Mississippi Food Network, and additional payment options for those hit the hardest, all while continuing to service customer claims as well. But this is the time to go above and beyond. These are a few ways we're keeping the Farm Bureau promise. To learn more, talk to your agent or visit us online. Go with the home team.
Hey, y'all, let me tell you a little bit about C Spire. New stuff in 2021, including 5G coverage. If you go to their website right now, cspire.com, you're going to see their no bull, which, by the way, I love the Super Bowl ad with the slow motion bull. You're going to see that on the website. But look, they're right. There's been a lot of bull over the years in your wireless bill, depending on if, who you were with. And my experience with C Spire is just like they say, there's no bull. I know what it's going to cost me each month. I know what my coverage is the number one coverage in Mississippi, period, the number one network. And they've got 5G phones that are 5G ready. Now, I have the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, got it at C Spire, went and did curbside at my local C Spire location and did the exchange where I traded in my old one, got the new one, and it's 5G capable. And we've got 5G coverage in parts of Mississippi, and it's just growing by the day. So you really ought to check that out, okay? And in terms of the new phones, you got deals going on those as well. Find those out at cspire.com. C Spire, customer inspired.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Every farmer understands their farm can't thrive without some good partners like sun, soil, and rain. And farmers in North Mississippi also rely on another important partner, Mississippi Land Bank, because land and farm financing are Mississippi Land Bank's primary focus. We've grown alongside these farmers' crops for more than 100 years. We understand what a farmer needs, and we know the lay of the land in North Mississippi. And that's where I stand.
A lot of people in the equipment world, things kind of go in trends, I guess, if you want to say it. So kind of the first big thing that we look at when we start evaluating our business is going to be our turf equipment. That's kind of the first big push, because once the water dries up and the grass starts growing, this is what everybody's looking to get. We carry the new Wright stand-up mower. Doesn't look like much, but this thing is, and it costs just as much as zero turn. Not a cheap unit at all. I mean, if you go out there and look at that zero turn, this thing right here, I mean, it's got all your components from your big pumps to your commercial engine to your large steel deck. And these guys were the first ones to make the standard mower.
Better buy Bird's Eye. Better buy, better buy, better buy Bird's Eye.
Yes, always look for this Bird's Eye Bird, your guarantee of top quality frozen food. And your big Bird's Eye buy this week is Bird's Eye Orange Juice. Easy, you can serve it in a minute. Thrifty, it will save you money. Archer.
He breaks down quarterback play better than him. And he's right here, right now, online at thezone1059.com and on your radio at ESPN 105.9 The Zone.
Yes, sir. Back with you here, wrapping up hour three presented by Overstreet Properties in Starkville. And just trust me, if you're headed up there, maybe things have happened. You're going to move up there permanently. But anything residential, it could be staying in a condo that is yours when you come into town, or leasing an apartment for a student or for your student. Maybe you are a student. Anything like that. Overstreet Properties, that's where you want to go. Find out the contact info at overstreetproperties.com. Free American was talking about his Thanksgiving plans. They all go shopping. He goes hunting, they go shopping the day after Thanksgiving. And he says, yeah, he and his wife get a me day and the grandparents get the kids. That's okay. It's just one day out of the year, right? Anthony from Tupelo texted. He said, we always have homemade mac and cheese for Thanksgiving. He said, I didn't know if that would be considered a traditional Thanksgiving side. That's why I put the question mark. Well, yeah, I mean, I bet you more people have homemade mac and cheese at Thanksgiving than you realize. Bill has it. Yep. Hey, check it out. Look at the text we got from Jay. That man, he has traveled all. It's like, remember that Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Where in the world is Jay from Baltimore? And he was in Charleston, South Carolina. Then he went to Columbia, South Carolina. He's following the Bulldogs, watching them play. Now they're headed to Stark, Vegas. They're going to be there tonight. Going to eat some food and go watch them play Missouri State. Missouri play tonight, 7:30 first pitch, first game of that series. I said we'd preview it, but it, is what it is. Not all that necessary. And with it being a Thursday start to the series, we'll come back tomorrow and kind of recap a ball game, see how it went. Christian McLeod on the mound tonight for State, trying to back up this week what was a SEC Pitcher of the Week performance last week for his outing up there against South Carolina, where he really shut them down. Thanks for sending the picture, Jay. Y'all travel safely, and I hope you have a great time. Looks like it's going to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weather. Maybe for the next couple of days, 3 days maybe, even, throughout the weekend up in North Mississippi. Temps high in the 70s, sunshine, all that. Yeah, buddy. Bring that on. We need to go several days without rain. That's what we need. Hey, I got something for you, Bill.
All right.
On this day, listen to these numbers, by the way. On this day in 1989, the 600th episode of Soul Train. All right, get ready. Listen to this dude right here. Listen to it.
Here it goes. Don Cornelius.
Yeah.
Don
I mean,
Cornelius.
Think about 600 episodes of that thing by the time 1989 rolled around.
He had the greatest voice, dude.
Didn't he really?
Oh, my goodness.
All right, so here's the challenge for everybody listening. I want you to go up to somebody who they won't hate you. Somebody that loves you enough, likes you enough, they won't hate you if you try this. Just go up to them when they're not paying attention, sneak up behind them, and see if you can mimic this. And see what happens. And then start cutting a rug. All right, so on this day in 1989, the 600th episode of Soul Train. Now, we'll do trivia for this one to see if anybody can get what show this is. I want to play you the theme song, and we'll see if you get the show. Okay? And that includes you, Bill. We'll see if you get it. On this day in 1993, the final episode of this show in 1993 aired. Okay, Louvier is guessing Heart to Heart. That's not it. It's a great guess.
Seems like it was a doctor show of some kind.
Okay. Yeah, it kind of has a doctor feel. It might have included a doctor, but it's not like a medical show. Yeah. I'll let it play just another second or two here. All right, y'all want the answer? The residents of Knots Landing,
Oh, yeah, not
a coastal suburb of Los Angeles, deal with various issues such as infidelity, health scares, rape, murder, kidnapping, assassinations, drug smuggling, corporate intrigue, and criminal investigations.
all in a cul-de-sac. Man, it was something in that cul-de-sac. I want to tell you what, baby.
No doubt. All in a cul-de-sac. When you said that, it cracked me up because I'm thinking, man, that's a heck of a neighborhood.
Yeah, it's a cul-de-sac.
Listen,
maybe 8 houses in one little area. You know?
Well, it's like that show. I mean, I hate to even say the name of the show. You know, it's kind of, it makes you blush just to even say the name of the show from several years ago. But that show, remember that show, Desperate Housewives?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and it became very popular and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, the whole thing happened down at the end of a cul-de-sac. It was about 4 houses.
Yeah.
And the stuff.
Amazing, all the stuff that happened to those 4 families.
It was, and some of it was horrible, okay? But listen to that description of, and this was a show, here's the thing about it. All right, it was on the air from Phooey.
It was on the same time Dallas was on too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was pretty much the same run, pretty much. It was on the air from 1979 to 1993.
Goodness.
Okay, because it was on in 79, it stretched across parts of 3 decades and all of one, right? And the thing is, I grew up during that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I knew the show and knew the song, is because I'm pretty sure Mom and Dad watched it. Well, certainly Mama did.
They called them nighttime soap operas.
Nighttime soap operas. They were very
Dallas,
different.
Knots Landing.
They were shot in the standard, 24 frames per second,
mm-hmm.
and not the daytime soap opera stuff of 30 frames per second, which made it look so different.
Looked like a film instead of a
That's
video.
right. That's right. It looked much more like a film instead of video. So it had a different look. But I mean, you think about all of that, and that's a great line, Bill. The residents of Knots Landing, a coastal suburb of Los Angeles, deal with, and then it describes it as various issues.
It's, one of the main characters was related to the people in Dallas.
Was it a spinoff?
It was a spinoff.
So it was basically a spinoff of Dallas.
Yeah. The real tall guy.
Well,
I can't remember his name.
The theme song even sounds a lot like Dallas, too. I mean, similar anyway.
Same producers.
They dealt with various issues such as infidelity, health scares, rape, murder, kidnapping, assassinations, drug smuggling, corporate intrigue, and criminal investigations, as Bill says, all in a cul-de-sac. Hey, that's fantastic. All right, so there's that one. There's that little nugget for you for today. What did Olivier say? Yeah, he goes, he really got a kick out of your thing as well about in a cul-de-sac. And he said, and all the problems got solved in 1 hour.
Yep, in 1 hour.
It's like Matlock. It wasn't, we discovered through the description of that show that Matlock made $100,000 a week for about 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Every time he took a case, it was $100,000.
He wouldn't take it unless you gave him $100,000. I never even knew that was part of that show, to be honest with you. Anthony from Tupelo nailed it. He said Knots Landing. He even spelled it correctly. Knots. And this is funny. Wade said, only married men know what Desperate Housewives is. It's the only reason I know that stupid show. Yeah, all in a cul-de-sac. Lord have mercy and help us. It's true, though. Yeah, those shows back then were just different. And, it's what it was soap opera. Basically that description described every soap opera it's ever been.
Well, Dynasty was on then, too.
Dynasty. Same thing.
Same stuff.
Same exact kind of stuff.
Except it's like a lot richer people.
Well, and, you think about the writers on shows like that's the thing that I think about, too. Is
Aaron Spelling did that show.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Aaron Spelling did Dynasty.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Tori's daddy.
I've always been fascinated with how they come up with their stories. How do they write that many stories? Think about all the episodes of Matlock. Think about all the episodes of In the Heat of the Night and those kinds of shit. How did they sit down and write all those episodes? All those episodes of Andy Griffith. The idea part of it to me, like executing it, once you have the idea on paper, you can pull that off. It's how do you write them? How do you write a Seinfeld episode? How do you write a show about nothing?
Seinfeld episode, they just went into the studio and turned the cameras on.
It's about right. Drink some coffee and think out loud for a little while.
Yeah.
That's great. All right. I enjoyed the show today, Bill. Appreciate you being here, buddy.
Me too.
For Bill, I'm Matt. We plan on seeing y'all tomorrow. We'll be able to recap Game 1 of the Mississippi State-Missouri series and more with you tomorrow. Thanks for your texts and your phone calls. Y'all make the show. Appreciate your comments. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. See ya.
Another load of Smart Pills has been distributed, and I'm slap worn out. So I'll just say, so long, neighbors. Get me out of here, Percy.